I think we're back. I was having some technical difficulties there. My apologies. But yeah, we're gonna play the Wandering Emperor. I guess I'll start over because we're playing a mono white list because it feels as though you can pull it off. There's a ton of sleepers, so many in fact that we can't run them all in a reasonable amount. At least I don't think. There's a lot of card draw with these weird artifacts. I've seen some decks do that are obviously not mono white. You can play Ulamog because it's colorless, which is pretty cool. We have a lot of incidental graveyard hate. I'm really just running these because they draw cards, but they also attack the graveyard, so that's a little bit of a bonus there. Johnny is kind of cool. His ultimate just makes me so happy. We're gonna try to do that. And what else? Oh yeah, Mentor of the Meek seems cool because you make 2/2s and you draw cards. Dawn of Hope, gain life, draw cards, make 1/1s, also draw cards with this. There's some stacks pieces that I'm not running, well, quote-unquote stacks, but Reidane seems decent enough for now at least. Even the artifact side seems kind of cool. What else? Yeah, the big stuff, obviously a ton of card draw. If it wasn't for the amount of card draw you can like play in this, I just wouldn't, but it feels like there is just enough card draw through the artifacts. I had Revitalize in here for a second, but I'd rather it just be a land, probably. And anything else interesting about this? There's another weird card draw spell too. What is it? It's that weird enchantment. Sigarda's Splendor seems decent. Yeah, Revitalize is a standard arts all-star, that's true. We're going to try to do something like this. Maybe the white version of A-Cosmos Elixir. We'll see. But this seems like enough card draw right here to feel good about running mono white that isn't just aggro deck or something like that. I never really tried mono white in this iteration. The last time I tried mono white, it was Gideon. And I don't think we won any game. And the format was weaker then than it is now, too. So while Gideon could have picked up some decent pieces, I still don't think there's enough to pull that off. It's up in the air, right? We don't consistently get this out early. And when your opponent expects it, it's a little bit weaker. It does have flash, but we don't have a ton of instants anyways. It's not amazing. We might be extremely weak. If not, just auto-lose to anything with counterspells. But we're going to try it because I want to. I forgot to turn on the lamp. There it is. There. Now you can see my beautiful face with the beaming of my window. Alright, let's do it. Just win once. That's all we need to do. We need to win one game. We're like in one of the few places in the world that like the winters are freezing and then the summers are scorching. Like it's completely, we get the whole spectrum here. It's kind of funny. You go any more south and it's like just all heat, and you go any more north and it's just too cold. All right, so we're basically playing against Brawl, which is kind of an auto lose, but Mystic Forge, if it resolves, will do something. I just don't think it will. It's obviously worth it to try. We're not running 9 life Solemnity because it's just not reasonable. I don't think it ever works. Ever. Like even against a deck like this, they can just bounce it. Oh, you texted me. I think something happened. Yeah, something happened with my internet the moment I clicked start recording. I don't know what, and I don't know why. Actually, this is a decent time to maybe attack this card, and I think I will. Taking it off the board seems like a good idea. I don't really care if our opponent leaves up counter magic after. Just dealing with this seems alright, and this is the only opportunity I get to. They obviously leave up a counterspell no matter what. After you were positive. No, it wasn't on you because Magic Arena also died for a second. It has to do with me starting the Twitch stream. I don't know why, though. It's like right when I clicked it, everything just died. It's never happened before. But 2 years ago, I used to get crazy internet problems. Right around spring and like all of summer, my internet would be down from like noon to 3 in the afternoon or something. Like it was constantly just not working. This is an avenue to get this online, and once it is online, it's very difficult for opponents to deal with it. So I'm going to try to fire this up. Play around Wash Away. There we go. Make it 2/2. This is as good as we can ask for, really. I guess I'll resolve this as well. We don't use our own graveyard, so... just in case they have something crazy. So they have bounce spells and stuff, but maybe an army of 2/2s can beat them. Yeah, Comcast is trying to throttle me. We've had so many like Comcast agents come in and be like, "Oh, we'll do something," and then they can't find any problem and they leave. But the last time they came and tried to fix something, it seemed to have worked, which was again like a year and a half, 2 years ago. Haven't had problems since. Blast Zone's annoying. Blast Zone's actually... nah, it's not the end of the world. I just won't play Mystic Forge. I won't put that many things on 4. Make another 2/2. We can search for glory now. Book of Exalted Deeds is kind of alright if I can ever get them to use Field of Ruin. Yeah. But there's also better things. Like, I can get Gideon right now. I don't like Ulamog. I can just get Gideon. I'd really want to cast whatever I get right now. We have the combo, or one of them, but not with Field of Ruin in play. Oh, this is a legendary, huh? Oh, shoot. Yeah, I would get a Johnny, but I want to cast what I'm going to get now, so let's just get Gideon. Gideon is quite useful, so... This is kind of the dream scenario against a mono blue deck. I think this is the worst thing I could ever bump into, and we kind of have the best scenario to beat it. Let's put it here, make it give it lifelink. Oh, Bassius, what up? Who clipped the Don't River moment? Oh, that was me. I clipped it and then I put it on Reddit. I put it on Reddit. Oh, whoops, my bad. It's on me to swing. Yeah. I thought it was funny enough. I have a few clips. One of them, like 2 years ago, like got like thousands of views. I don't remember. Oh, it was, I think someone Bane fired me for lethal, but I had Absorb, and I gained 3 life, so it didn't kill me. Although the Bane fire didn't get countered, and I still won, which is wicked funny. I think that was the big one that I posted. That was in standard though. It is hot out today. Yeah, once the summer kicks up, I turn my air conditioner off because it's obviously impossible to hear me when I'm making videos and stuff. So, and then you'll see me sweat like a pig, man. I will sweat like crazy. I am probably gonna cut my hair soon though. I tried to get my dad to add me on Steam. I said I will cut my hair if you add me on Steam. He's like, all right, I'll add you on Steam. And then he never did. Yes! Yes, we did it. We not only won a game, it was the first game we played. Against the worst thing I can imagine playing against. We actually not only beat, like, basically Brawl, we beat it with mono white. Yes. Video's over. We're done. We can move on. Oh my god, that makes me happy. Alright, so that will probably be our only win. Let's be real. Mono white, dude. Mono white. Oh no, it's Cody. Oh no. Alright, Cody's really hard because I don't kill them with like pressure, and they can cast like 15 to 20 extremely powerful spells without Cody because I'm not killing them. And we might die. We do have a turn 3 Wanderer, but that doesn't actually... I mean, it's hard to mulligan this. It's really hard. I'm not going to mulligan just for a naturalize effect. Dealing with Cody isn't really a big deal because I'm not killing them fast enough to feel excited that I've killed it, so... What? Why are you... What? What is that card? What? Come again? Huh? What? What do you... What? Okay, well, I mean, board wipes are alright here. I didn't expect that. We're obviously going to just eat the Proctor. I didn't expect them to swing with it, knowing I could do this, but we will now eat it. I guess that stops... Isn't this, like, good for your opponent? Because if I cast Uro, it just stays in play forever? I don't know. It seems weird. Okay. Morality Chip has no attack. We're in a bit of a pickle. I guess I just play Deck of Many Things. I don't know. I think we're... But again, I mean, it really doesn't matter what I do. I'm probably just dead to Cody, whether or not I kill it. Might as well play something that's difficult to deal with. It's also beneficial for my primary card here, the Commander, because I can actually use it on something. Gideon does not give himself haste. Alright. So land, and then I die to whatever. It doesn't really matter. It could be anything. They have red mana? They do. Red, green, blue, black. Yep. Oh, this is the colorless ability. Gotcha. They got some 4/4s. Or 1/4/4. Okay. So sweepers are surprisingly relevant right now. We didn't draw any. I guess we're going to race to Ulamog. So we get a plains here, then we pitch a plains, replay a plains. Karn's Bastion. Oh, wait a minute. My opponent made a whoopsie. I can just whoop. Look at that. I can actually deal with Cody. Cool. Nice. Then we'll scry. Wow, look at that. Slayer's Bounty. They can deal with the 4/4. They can also potentially deal with Cody at some point. And it just replaces itself in my hand. Alright. There's no way this deck is going to work, though. There's no way I win this game. I feel I'm already not confident. Alright, so we pitch the plains, and we can just pull out of the graveyard. Basically ramping. I think I'd rather do this than Deck of Many Things, because at least this is a little bit, slightly less random. They both kind of rolled dice. I can pacify target number blocking, exiles, and creature opponent controls fairgrounds. Alright, so we have a Fiend Hunter. We can just Fiend Hunter my opponent's commander and maybe slow them down. We can deal with... No, we're going to Fiend Hunter this. I think we always do that. Let's see where they move it. I kind of hope they take it off. Ah, they didn't. Alright, so they're probably going to kill this. Land. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more for Ulamog. Okay. We are white too, so we have like passive life gain and stuff. But again, just an army of sweepers might be good enough. They put this under here with no answer to it? That's really weird to me. Oh, never mind. Alright. I could have scried for a sweeper. I chose to just dig for cards to cast Ulamog. Oh, the treasure map tokens. That might actually be enough to cast Ulamog right now. I think we have it, so let's do this. That's not really worth it here. Oh my god, we can cast Ulamog. Okay. Deal with the Reality Chip and Cody. I don't really care about the 4/4 when I obviously have Ulamog sitting here. We're not really going to die to it. I don't think that's a reasonable concern. So they need an exile effect, which is either white or black. They found double black now, so it could be Vraska's Contempt and stuff. But Cody tends to play big spells. They tend to try to win the game before Ulamog would ever come from the opponent. We're 2-0. Oh my god, we're 2-0. Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah, Deck of Many Things is kind of cool. It's pretty cool. I'm trying to think, because we played against someone who casted and rolled a 1, and they discarded their hand because they rolled a 1, which doesn't make sense, because the card says 0 or less. but they rolled a 1 and they still pitched their hand to the card. I don't know why. They should have been able to do the 1 through 9 effect. I was a bit confused there. I guess I have to reread the card. But I can't believe we're winning games here. This is crazy. This is absolutely insane. Yeah, but it says 0 or less on it. I don't know if there's anything in the game that like lowers dice rolls. This is Chandra. Mono red is kind of strange. I guess we're looking for a board wipe. Well, okay. On the play is Colossal. Oh, maybe not. Finding lands is a bit better. Found it. They're playing Chandra, so there's a chance they're doing something slow. Albeit not likely. Wow, this is actually a pretty decent curve here. We get to pitch a Plains to this and still have one. This card has been really good. This card has been really good. Okay, so they do play Chandra. Probably just poke me. This is double strike when it... Oh, yeah, whatever. Okay. Get rid of you. Play it for free. I think I'm going to just exile Chandra. Or can I make a Karn Strike? Actually, you know what? We can just pass the turn and cast the Wandering Emperor, and this forces them to pop the ping on something that isn't Wandering Emperor. And I also get to kill the Pyreling if they poke me. Yeah, this is really nice. This is actually really nice. Oh, they do swing. Alright, nice. So we get to exile it, gain some life. Leyline Tyrant's annoying, but I do have answers to it. It does mean I lose this card, though. I think I'd rather just O-ring. Yeah, I think we'll just blow this thing up instead of... Yeah, we're just going to blow it up. And they'll put a counter on the Architect, because 5 is kind of the break point. Oh, no, I didn't plus first. That is extremely irritating. That's so irritating. Of course, they have Torbrand, the best mono-red commander. Why wouldn't they? Alright, so... Well, now we just have to O-ring. Our commander should still be in play. That was obviously a really bad mistake. Both of our cards have Vigilance, which is really nice. Attack this. Get a 1/1. They can't block. They're willing to pitch that to save Chandra. Interesting. Alright, we'll go get either Gideon or... Let's see, we have 6 mana. We can get Ugin, which deals with anything my opponent could potentially pull off. This reduces all damage I take by 1 for probably the rest of the game. We have creatures in play. We could get a Johnny. I think I'm going to get Ugin to just draw cards. I think that's more reasonable. And simply just blow up their commander when they play more things in the way. Oh boy. Yeah, the 20 on the deck is nice too. We're going to get Ugin here. They do not plus the Chandra to find value, so what does that mean? Oh man, this feels great. I'm having a great time with this deck. This is great. Oh yes. All right, what is this? Enters 20 or more. Yeah. Sure. Yep. Great shot. Okay. I'm gonna let Chandra stay alive and just swing at it with the Cavalier. See how my opponent deals with this. They block, do they not? They do. Alright, so we have a lot of value here. We're just sort of running away with this. We're going to plus. I'm not going to kill Chandra. Just finding things to stop creatures from attacking me while also drawing cards is really nice. Yeah, but like I said, most of the breakpoints of red is 4, but the ping is obviously does it in. Charmbreaker Devils. That's kind of a must-answer threat. Unless they just don't block. I don't have any way to deal damage, so there's no reason to swing with a 2/2. I'd rather not sweep. I'm curious how they handle this. Alright, so I can just name one. Each player sacrifices one creature. I can't let that sit and play. Nice. Alright. Alright. Land. So now they start exiling. They got Den of the Bugbear, which they can't cast. DRC, which is fine. We can start gaining life. I can just force exile the DRC when it goes to attack with my Wanderer, because they can't do anything about that. Alright, this is good. This is really good. That means they're not just chump blocking, which means Wandering Emperor can kill that in combat before it's able to do anything. My mono-red opponent is out of gas. That is really nice. They can kill the Wanderer when I go to minus, but I think that's a completely reasonable exchange, because then I get to kill this, and I don't really care, because it's dead again. And I can cast the Wanderer at some point later. That's totally fine. Yep. Opponent has no cards in hand, no cards in play. Yes! Yes! Alright, Karn. Will plus. I cannot believe this is working. Dude, we're about to 3-0. We're about to be 3-0 here. Idyllic Tutor over the other one. That's actually kind of crazy. No kidding. Alright, we'll run this out just to get more mana in play and to sift through our deck faster. Oh my god. They left their commander under the O-ring. No, that's not their commander. I can't play against Torbrand. Torbrand is a tier higher than what I'm able to do. I can't play against Torbrand. Torbrand's just in their deck. They just happen to have it. Chandra's their commander. Alright, I'm going to pick up the other card before this dies forever. I think it's worth the value. Also, my opponent seems to be scared of this. I don't know why, so I'll just put it in play. I'll put this in play to start gaining life, and it doesn't matter because it's nothing I can really cast. Alright, this is probably the end of the game, because I gain lifelink. I'm not dying to damage anytime soon. We also start drawing cards instead of scrying, because we put ourselves over our starting life total. Kill Karn. Cycle a land, okay. Found a land, get wrecked. Alright. Oh man, this is great. This is great. Oh yes, we even have 2 artifacts. We can Inventor's Spare here. Man, we have everything. Oh my god. Oh man, this is great. Let's see here. Let's get Curse of Silence. No, that's dumb. Let's just get Dawn of Hope, because just have our cake and eat it too, I guess. I'll hold on to this just in case they're running Mizzix's Mastery. I won't just crack my Relic for no reason. And obviously making 1/1s is good enough. Drawing some cards. There's Key. We do have Approach in here. We can discover it. The honeymoon period? The honeymoon period. Wait, we're 3-0. Alright, we're 3-0. That's gotta be more than honeymoon, right? We beat mono red, mono blue, and whatever was in between. This is amazing. Wow. It also doesn't really matter what the commander is. It could be Gideon, it could be Zetalpa. Zetalpa was my commander for a second. Although I think the Wandering Emperor is probably a little bit better than that one, but the Wandering Emperor is actually pretty decent. We've gotten value off of it every game so far. A lot of people aren't respecting the exile something tapped at like sorcery speed, or so far. I'll keep this. We have Spot Removal, Mazemind Tome, We're against attacks on other creatures. We're against a creature-based deck. Maybe cut a mulligan for a sweeper. I might replace Mentor with a sweeper. It seems as though we're not running out of cards. So let's try that. Deals combat, sack it, blow up an artifact or an enchantment. Okay, so if I want my opponent to blow something up that isn't terribly relevant... Actually, this will probably sack on here, and I think that's fine. If I can scry one card, I will. Oh, Cody was the middle one. You're right. Cody was the in-between. Gotcha. Alright, so our opponent played an indestructible card, but as long as I don't allow them to play other creatures, it's not terribly scary. In fact, they probably should not sack here. They do! Wow. I wouldn't do that. I think you want to just maintain pressure on the board. We need a land for this, but that's fine. Skyclave can also simply exile Ronus, and I suppose I just will. Yeah. It means they can't swing with their commander while also just stopping that card forever. If I think I'm going to draw a land, I can block and then blow up the thing, but I don't feel like I have to do that right now. Opponent finally explores into a land. Yep. We have a 1-mana card. It's probably a Prey Upon. What a surprise. Alright, so now we're just poised into casting a sweeper. If we ever find the land. If we don't, we're in a bit of trouble. Alright, cast this. We're not immediately dead, so that's fine. Found the land. I wonder if they fire up later just to put more pressure. No. Okay. They put the counter on the wrong creature. We're dead to layer if they have a land. Nothing I can do about that. I believe I'm dead to layer if they have a land. I'm 99% certain I'm dead to layer if they have a land. Yep, whatever. Dumb. That's stupid. We were close to winning. I mean, we could have Teferi's protections, but that doesn't actually get us anywhere. Yeah, just one turn sequence too slow. Almost there, though. Almost there. Closer than I thought it would be. Well, actually, every game has been closer than I thought it would be, so we'll take it. Card draw spell. Chaos Wand. My favorite card of all time, but a little light on lands. Yarok gives us a lot of time. And we can just pitch bad cards to the gateway, so. Let's just cycle. Probably going to wind up cycling it anyway, so. Opponent's they're reading my gateway. Azor's gateway. Reazing my Acors. My Adors. Alright, I don't know why that was challenging. I wonder what else is going on in the hand. And the fact that they didn't cast this immediately leads me to wonder if they got something else that's a reasonable play, although I think this is always reasonable. I don't know why. What could possibly be better than that right now? But obviously it was something. Okay. Let's get rid of Borrowed Time. Found a land. Can find another land too, which is really nice. So we're back here. This is good. Just barely getting there with our stuff, but we're doing it. This is annoying. This is incredibly annoying. Not much I can do about it, though. This lets me gateway, so I'll do that. I can gateway the planes as well. I don't think I will. Might gateway this Chaos Wand. Although Chaos Wand might wind up being pretty solid for us. I don't know. Let's find out. I can do this at instant speed, right? Yeah. I can drop Splendor. There's a chance this doesn't ever work. Yeah, there's a chance I don't ever get to draw off of it, so I think that's reasonable. The rest of my hand I kind of just like, so. Alright, well actually I don't like Curse of Silence, so I'll get rid of that. I'd rather not flip this, but it seems as though I might wind up flipping this. It flips into a lot of mana, but I'd rather just draw cards. Mana doesn't do anything, even with any cards. I think Guardian Project's going to solo us, though. I don't have to sweep the board because, again, Agent of Treachery is not in the game. There's nothing they can do that completely destroys me that's like double Battlecry. Just no Agent of Treachery is really nice. Wait, how does this read? Permanent with mana value 2 or less. Okay, so I can actually bin this and reanimate it. That's actually really cool. Okay, so we can play Cosmos Elixir. Or we can play Chaos Wand. Maybe my opponent's scared of Chaos Wand, so I'm willing to attempt to just put it in play. You gotta love it when your opponent has to read more than one card you've played. That's always a nice feeling. This is another game where we might lose our own 3-4 to our own sweeper. We didn't have to do it against a mono red deck, but this might be one of those scenarios. I think it's worth it, though, if I can blow up a couple more things from the opponent. I like my whole hand, but I think I'll still gateway. Well, there's no way you don't do anything. Alright, that's incredibly annoying. And is not Yarok friendly. Kind of strange to see it. Yep, get rid of a land. Planeswalkers are kind of just like the last time, like Zakama, probably our weakest point, which is really annoying. Fumigate doesn't deal with Vraska, and now Liliana's in the game, so I think the only thing that's relevant is finding Approach and casting it twice. Wait a minute. 3 or less? 4. No. Alright, whatever. Not doing that. Drew too many cards, and Planeswalkers, which tend to not be in Yarok, but of course we played against the Yarok player with Planeswalkers, and of course they drew more than one 6-mana Planeswalker, so that is that. Alright, honeymoon phase might be real. Honeymoon phase may have come and gone. We're starting to see the flaws in each other. You know? We're not at the domestic violent part. You know, domestic violence hasn't been called. Cops haven't been wary yet, but you know, bruises have been on the kids. Excuses have been made to the teachers. But we're not the law hasn't gotten involved yet. This hand is good with Dawn of Hope, but the rest of it is not great, so I'm gonna whoop. 1 land? Ooh, close, but no. Really close, actually. Let's get rid of Guild Globe. Yeah, let's just do that. No mana rock. Nice. No mana rock. Love to see it. Let's play Eye of Vecna. So nice that this card immediately replaces itself. I love it. Although it forces you to lose life, which, you know, could kill you. Not that early, but, you know. You knew. No red mana. Okay, alright. But they have something castable. It's probably... Let's see, what am I doing if I'm not casting? We're not going to activate this because we have things to do. Thus being Gideon. I can plus on the Hive of the Eye Tyrant too, which is kind of funny. All black mana. Kind of strange. Probably Dark Ritual in hand or a cycle card. find out. Looks like maybe Murderous Rider is in the pool of available things. Found a red source, probably off the top. Rankle, really annoying. Probably going face, though. It's not going face, so I can actually plus this, and it had gotten no value. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is another opponent that may have not realized I can just do this. Just kill it. Whoop. And then I can plus on the mainland. Alright. So not a ton of haste threats. Not a ton. Haste has been kind of just the most annoying thing we've bumped into recently. We're going to pitch probably Gateway. No, probably Farewell. Probably just Farewell here. I could pitch a land. We do have 2. Yeah, that's fine. Pitch a land. Farewell might be relevant. We can offset this by drawing. But I think Mystic Forge is good enough. Let's make it 2/2. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, I could have killed Angrath as this is a 5/5. That's the second time I've messed up the Wandering Emperor's abilities. Oh my god. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. It's so... That's so irritating that I do that. It's so irritating. Felidar Retreat is good, though, so I will not exile that. They also can fire up their manland now, or just have any kind of spot removal spell. Let's get rid of probably Farewell at this point. Oh, that's so irritating that I did that. It's so irritating. Okay, well, our hand is pretty weak. Doesn't really matter which one they take. Probably Treasure Map, because they're more familiar with it. People probably just take the card that they see more often. I guarantee you my opponent will take Treasure Map over Gateway. Yep. They could have stolen my token and killed Gideon. They chose not to. I'm obviously going to try to kill Gideon with everything I've got. We're not going to activate because I'd rather not whiff on a land off the top to not be able to play this. So, alright, let's attempt to kill Angrath. This is indestructible, so it's almost guaranteed. There are some exile effects, though. So I'm just going to double up on it. I don't think killing them with damage is even a reasonable possibility. So, okay. We should not be in this situation. Here's the colossal ripple effect of what we've done, which is not put a counter on Gideon to kill Angrath, and now we're starting to feel all of it. I cannot believe I didn't do that. Whatever. Yep. Cost me the game. Angrath is not dead, so I basically just punted the entire game there. The ripple effect of that decision was probably the most pivotal decision imaginable, because not only did their Angrath survive, I literally killed my own commander with making a 2/2. So that was stupid in 7 different ways. It was dumb 6 ways to Sunday. Yep, no fire, no steel. I had neither. Alright, so it's mono red, and I don't really care what the commander does, just generic red crap. We have a sweeper, but again, 2 lands. Not unreasonable though. We've consistently been getting there. Ooh. I think we're still gonna mulligan though. Gideon Blackblade. Alright. We have some kind of life gain in Scry with the Mazemind Tome. We're on the play again, which is really nice. We might cycle this cast out. Actually, I think I'm going to. Oh, look. Random 1-drop. That's in red. Alright, we found a sweeper. That's pretty good. Play this. I'm not going to cast it on turn 3. Probably not even turn 4. So we can just do this to scry for... Well, that's not a land, but it's castable next turn. I think I'll keep it. I wonder what 2-drop they're going to play. Alright, we'll read their commander. Beginning of your combat, each aura or equipment attached to this, you get a 3/1 with haste. Oh look, they played a 2-drop. Wow. Play this, play that. Scry for a land. So we can Doomskar. This is life gain. There's not a ton of that directly in my deck. If I put this... Alright, fine. I don't think we're going to die in 2 turns, so... It does mean we're not drawing a land, but I don't think we're going to die. We can foretell and activate this to simply draw a card, which is nice. Draft from this. Okay. What do they get? Dueling Rapier. Arm Scavenger. It's like the guy from Resident Evil 8, except he's not a thick boy. Gideon might soak some damage. That's pretty cool, I guess. I don't know. Stick to the game plan. Draw. Yep. Gotta foretell this, because if I don't draw a land off the top, we're screwed. I'm going to put a stop here, because I'm going to scry for a land. This deals damage to me when it... No, it doesn't. Okay. For each equipment. Okay. Each equipment. They exile a Gold Vein Pick. Alright. Well, that's kind of insane. My opponent probably had the best possible card in their entire deck. Looks like it's going to wind up mattering a lot. It is a land, so we will keep it. I don't need it untapped right now. No man land, so we're not dead to any haste threat. And then from here on out, we can attempt to Wandering Emperor. They get haste from this? Get in combat? Yeah, the things give haste, so... That's still kind of a lot of damage. Give it hexproof. We're looking for, what, another board wipe at this point? We take 9? Oh, it is haste? Why does it have haste? It just got haste from what? Oh, they put the zeal on it. Yeah, whatever. My opponent literally had the best card in their deck. Generating extra equipment that were all like 1 to equip. So, my bad. Don't know, we can play around that one. But again, it didn't really matter what their commander was, just mono red. I didn't realize I'd have to cast a sweeper on just 2 creatures. Could have done it slightly earlier, a turn earlier, if that wound up mattering. I don't know. Why is my opponent's like avatar so low on the ground? That's weird. Unless Jace is always like that. I don't know. Wait a minute. When did Jace the Mind Sculptor come out? I didn't even know you could be him as an avatar. Really? That must be just not super popular or something. I don't know. Legend MGT. Is this VD Legend? The VD guy? I don't know his profile name. I think it is actually VD Legend. I don't think it's Legend MGT, but it could be. Also, I don't think he plays at this hour, because he's English, right? He plays at like 3 in the morning when I'd be sleeping. So I don't think he's awake right now. He's on the other side of the world. No, it's Legend VD, not Legend, not VD Legend. Legend VD. Is this him? Does anyone know? Chat? Send help? If it is him, he's certainly playing something we've never seen before. But the fact that he's pausing whether to keep or mulligan makes me think it's not him. Unless this is the very first game and he's explaining his commander still or something. I don't know. He doesn't stream though. Not to my knowledge. This is an incredibly uncommon commander though, so it could very well be him. It's very uncommon. It's not oh shoot. What was his name, Kelvin? Was it Stoligus? Was he the vampire one or was it Vakin? I think it was Stoligus. He used to watch every stream of mine, super into vampires. I don't know if he, I don't know what ended up happening to him. I haven't seen him in like 2 years. I played against him a couple times, and he had one stream. He streamed one time, and of course he was playing vampires. Alright, so my opponent doesn't get to mulligan because they weren't here. I kind of want to keep this. It's like one land off from being very decent, and, whoops. And, my phone camera was up for some reason. I think it's solid. Be kind of unfortunate if they weren't here, though. It looks like they're not. Alright, that makes me think it's not him, then. Yeah, Stolicus was all about vampires, dude. All about vampires. Vampy boys. Yeah, it looks like they're not... Oh, nope, they're back. They're back. Alright. Gonna run this out. Gonna pass... Yeah, this isn't Legend VG. Alright, so play this, and play this on white. We'll probably just crack the Lantern for a card if we don't draw a land. We do have a land here, guaranteed, and I guess that's more reasonable. We'll pitch Farewell, kind of far from that. Least relevant card, in my opinion, so we'll do this. Get a Plains, play the Plains. We don't have anything to pitch that just gets reanimated by this card, unfortunately. Oh, wait, yes we do. We can crack the Lantern, and then we actually draw the Lantern. Or reanimate the Lantern with this. Having pitched something that might be less relevant, like Chaos Wand. Another what? Okay. I guess value-centric, this is the least relevant card. I'll get rid of that one. Kind of weird. Okay, search for glory. Yeah, we'll get rid of Chaos Wand. Reanimate our Lantern. Pitching, it doesn't really matter. I don't interact with my graveyard. I kind of want to play this before it's like discarded. But I can also make a big Construct. And this doesn't immediately die to the board. Because we do have 2 artifacts, so... Alright. This is a game where it seems as though we're able to play to the board a bit, which I really like. Oh, never mind. Oh, they killed that. Really? I don't think I would ever let Karn stay alive here, no matter what kind of scenario it is. But opponent has made that decision. Very, very interesting. Okay, this has nothing to do. We'll go up, probably find a land, pretty likely. Looks like we did. Really nice. Unless they give me Elixir for some weird reason. No, you certainly just give me the land. Yep, there you go. Which means I make a 2/2. And we can crack this at some point. I don't have to do it now. I've already played a land for the turn. They have not put any card in their graveyard yet. Okay, yep. So it seems like they were punished for not killing Karn there. I can kind of see the excuse or argument to not doing that, but we are mono white. Actually, the fact that we're mono white makes them think that we're more creature based than we actually are. Right? Like, oh, we're mono white, we're playing this, so it's a pretty good chance we have a bunch of creatures, but in reality we don't. We had this, this, and this. This is probably above average for the amount of creatures we could put into play and stuff, so... Alright, cool. Nice. Going on a walk with the family? Don't have any crazy monsters on a god? Yeah, alright. Or moments. I don't know why I said monsters. We'll see. We'll see. Enjoy your walk. Alright, let's see here. What's our... Oh, we got a duel. We got a flip card. Oh, wait, no, we got the alchemy thing. Right, it gives you both. Okay, we're going to drop... Mentor of the Meek. There's been plenty of games where we are developing tokens that it would draw cards off of, but it's never lining up that in a way that makes me feel good, and I kind of want to put a little bit more lands in here. Same with this card. We're not defending our board against board wipes, so the tax isn't terribly exciting. The other side of this is all right, but again, not terribly relevant. So I think we'll drop that too, just add 2 planes. Hey, we've won more than we lost so far, so no one can say anything. I can also re-roll this. I guess I will now. Yeah, all right. Well, we're 4-2 or 4-3. It might be 4-2. Nice. Perfect. Does anyone play Halo Infinite still? I play it just to do the quests. Not the quest. I play too much World of Warcraft. The like the weeklies or whatever. I like to do those. But then I just kind of I don't play outside of that. It kind of sucks. There's not like a wide range of unlockable stuff in the game. Kind of irritates me. We have a card draw engine. And then like an offset for it. Slow hand, no board wipe. Mono black though, huh? All right. Mono black has some pretty scary things. Let's just cycle this. I feel like we cycle cast out so often. Yeah, we cycle that very often. I'm gonna just swords their commander. Don't really care about the 2/2. I don't have to do it right now. I don't think I will. No, we're not. You don't play Mentor in mono white creatures? Yeah, I guess, again, when you're playing a regular mono-white deck, you don't really care about drawing cards. You need to kill your opponent with your hand. And if you can't seem to pull that off, then, yeah, it makes sense. We're going to draw here because we're going to just swords their commander. I guess I'll swords it now? Yeah, I'll swords it now. They get to recast it on their own turn, but that's fine. I'd rather not discard. Kind of offsets the whole point of Eye of Vecna. Draw cards when I can. Alright, so if they have a bunch of Planeswalkers, we're screwed. Professor Onyx is a huge issue. I can't Skyclave that. If they don't have Field of Ruin, we can potentially Book of Exalted Deeds this game. But they are a monocolor deck, so that's extremely unlikely. I can eat the Mind Stone. Is that a good idea? I feel like it is not. Eating Mind Stone. It lets me cast 2 cards this turn, though, so I guess I will. Feels weird, but it does shave them down a land. I don't know. Get to see their hand. I probably should have done this in the opposite order. Probably not terribly relevant, but okay. Yeah, we're just looking for a sweeper. Opponent says hello kind of late into the game. I don't know what that means. Yeah, we're gonna... This is another game where we lose to a Planeswalker we can't deal with. This is absolutely what's going to cause us the loss. Can't really afford to pay for that, so... Let's see here. Idyllic Tutor... I guess this makes more sense. Draws a card. Seal Away. Well, shoot. Guess I'm dead? Yeah, we're dead. Okay. Even if I stabilize, my opponent has Phyrexian Arena that I can't answer, so it's kind of over. Yeah, we're starting to see the weaknesses of this deck, but, I mean, the weaknesses are the same things I have claimed before we started, which is Planeswalkers. Planeswalkers are just going to... I mean, what am I going to do? Right? Like, there's that much you can do against Planeswalkers. Not really. They're just running with the game. They're running away with the game. Alright, well, this commander... This is kind of one of the weakest Planeswalkers, so... Yeah, Reidane's backside isn't bad. His booty's fine. It's just a little... It's still tough, though. Like, against what we just lost to, it wouldn't do anything. Chaos Wand... I think I'm going to turn Chaos Wand into a Plains here. I think that's what we're going to do. I love this card so much. The one time I played it and used it, I don't think it was a stream. I was just, like, playing it. And, I Chaos Wanded like 3 sweepers against their deck, or whoever it was, and they just lost to their own cards. It's kind of funny. That's a really cool sleeve. It reminds me of like Abe's Oddworld or something. That's really cool. Creatures Death Touch until it tokens. Yeah, none of this is relevant. Alright, I guess I'm gonna cast Replicating Ring? Why did I call this wing? I have a speech impediment. I apologize if that like upsets people. For some reason I just words come out wrong. Oh no, it's Edgar. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. This is tapped. I could have sequenced this better so this wasn't tapped. So that's my bad, but it probably won't matter. I think we'll just leave up our commander. Or just this. But they're probably not going to swing with Edgar. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. Here comes a bunch of tokens. Oh, not really. Just 2 1/1s. That's fine. There's no way they swing. Okay, so I can make them sacrifice a bunch of cards, and I'm not going to waste this turn doing nothing. Actually, what do I do in... Alright, we'll get a land. We don't have one in hand. That's fine. Let's get a land here. Approach is alright. It'll probably get shuffled away by the end of this game, though. We can play this, and then leave up 2 mana to do nothing. I think that's fine. We'll run this out and run this out. My opponent can still choose to not swing with Edgar, as I can exile it whenever they choose to swing with it. It's probably the worst thing to see. It's incredibly annoying that they had it. It's really unfortunate. There's not a lot that like survives the sweeper like reliably. They just happen to have one. Okay. Sure. Alright, they do swing with it, so I can exile it. Target human, lifelink, blah blah blah. Okay. Target human control at the beginning of 13. Alright, so it's not really gonna happen. I can play this and still cast my commander, right? Yeah, I can, so. 5 O-Rings and Faded Absence for Planeswalkers. Yeah. Faded Absence we don't own, but I'm certainly like for that card. We're 1 mana off from protecting this with Teferi's protection in the same turn sequence. But it's incredibly important that I deal with Edgar, so I'm just going to do that. I'm going to lose my commander, but I mean, I didn't have to do this now. I could have done this during combat. Probably a mistake. Probably a mistake. Let's look for something. I don't know. Land. I think a land is more important than Chaos Wand. I don't know what's in their deck, so let's just play this. Let's get a land in play here. But yeah, it was a mistake. I obviously should have let them swing to me, and then I can Wandering after combat. I forgot this had flash for some reason. I don't know. It's not terribly relevant, but it's obviously something to take note of. Okay, that's fine. Everything in play dies to a board wipe so far. This is the 3rd game where the Wandering Emperor should not be just immediately dead. It's just I keep making mistakes with this card. It's really annoying. I have to pay more attention. Really should not be making that mistake. Okay, so we cast the Celestus. And I'm going to sweep the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I can wait a turn and just cast this. It's a looming threat for my opponent. Gets it out of my hand from a discard spell. That's fine. Also, it means when I activate my Azor's Gateway, it will draw into it a little bit faster than waiting. Okay, I don't care if that flips. That's fine. Yeah, we're going to Azor's Gateway here. We also have the Celestus to draw discard. So we have 2 ways to sort of dig for approach. Is this an approach win? Oh my god, please. That can go away. We don't care about the board. Planar Cleansings if you're 2 low creatures, yeah. Mass Calcify would be such a cool card, but I don't have it. I don't think Mass Calcify is in here. It's like destroy all non-whites or something. Non-white creatures. I really like that card. I like it. It's good. Okay. This might even flip into whatever. Alright, I can't cast Ugin. We're just going to do this for, I guess, 13. No reason not to. We don't have a board. We lose a bunch of life. Don't really care. I can cast Ugin, or I can kill their commander, or attempt to kill their commander. I can also just leave up the Wandering Emperor. How much mana do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'll leave up the Wandering Emperor. It gains life, and it offsets anything that might attack me immediately. I guess this 1/1. Although I can just kill the 1/1 with a 2/2. So, but gaining life might be relevant. We'll see. Okay. You get 4 3/3s, I guess. It's fine. They swing with this. Oh, they choose not to. Ooh, big brain. There we go. Gateway. Skyclave isn't terribly relevant. And then I cast you. And I'll just make a 2/2. Counter. How close are we? This gains me so much life, I might not have to be concerned about anything else. Of these two abilities, I think making a 2/2 is slightly better. I don't see a reason to put anything there, so let's put this here. Can I cast this and leave up protection? I can. And this doesn't exile approach, so we can just make a 2/2. Obviously just digging for approach. We have 2 turns off. We get it next turn, though. I think we did it. Oh my god, I think we did it. I think we just got an approach win in mono white nonsense. Yep. Opponent thinks they have lethal in play. They don't, because I have Teferi's protection. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh. Oh, yes. I need the dopamine. Give me that serotonin. Yes. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, yes. Oh my god. All right. Dude, we're in a positive win rate with mono white. All right. So we're gonna drop Chaos Wand. I just like the card, but it's not feeling great here. So we either add a land or we can put Reidane back in. Mono white is kind of the stacks color, right? But I'm not running the rest of the weird stacks cards like Damping Sphere. If you've noticed, every single thing you play against, Damping Sphere doesn't really do anything against any of them, so I don't like it. There's like 2 more weird stacks cards. You see them in like black-white a lot, but it's either Reidane or a land. For now, I think we're going to add a land. I don't feel terribly excited about Reidane. If it's like an ultra hyper important card, then we can maybe put it into the command zone if it's like better than Wanderer Emperor. I don't think it would be, but maybe. Given the way I'm using the Wandering Emperor, it probably is, but if I use it correctly, not so much. There's 4 planar cleansings? What do you mean? I don't really care for Ratchet Bomb. We have too many cards on 2. I don't really care for that one. Ishin is the Mardu thing. We don't have a sweeper. I mean, we do, but we don't. No. I might actually add another board wipe. I might have taken 1 or 2 too many out of the deck. Feels like that's the case. I'm not consistently getting them. We have no way to tutor for any, so I might add another sweeper, maybe 2. We'll see. I'm very impressed with how this has been faring, though. I really like it so far. Esper Sentinel, of course. What a surprise. I'm going to constantly avoid it if I can. Opponent has one creature in their hand. That's kind of crazy. An Ishin deck, they kept a 2-creature hand. Probably just kept it on Esper Sentinel, which doesn't really make any sense because you should assume I'm a creature-based deck because I'm mono white. So I don't actually agree with this keep in any way. Unless these cards are like obscene that don't involve beating me to death over and over, which I don't really see the point because you're playing Ishin. We'll find out. Alright, land, and we can cast Compass. It guarantees my land next turn. I can pay for Sentinel as well, so I guess I will. They shock themselves for what appears to be a removal spell, so they are respecting me being a creature-based deck. Just not really going to pan out for them. Oh, they've drawn a creature in the meantime. Sure. I think we're really interested in finding a sweeper or some answer to something. So I guess that I can cast it immediately too. I don't think I will. Maybe I should. No, I don't want them to draw ever off of Esper Sentinel, like ever. This does not have first strike. Oh, it's on their turn it does. I think we're gonna cycle here. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Bolt Hound. Sure. I think that's the scariest one. But we do have Wandering Emperor next turn, so... Each turn, so if I want to avoid that, I have to not cast Lantern. Fine. Alright, we're going to cast the Wandering Emperor. Exile something, maybe make it 2/2, although they might have an answer to it. Probably pretty likely. That's bad news. Okay. They manually stacking their triggers? What? They get a 1/1 or a treasure. Looks like a treasure. And then steal a life from me. Sure. Ooh, should have waited. Should have waited. Could have paid for the Esper Sentinel in response to the Bolt Hound. That was a mistake. My bad. But I'm not going to exile it. I'm going to exile the thing that is dealing the most damage to me. Obviously, they shouldn't have drawn a card there. That was a mistake. Oh, wow. It's a Lightning Helix. What a surprise. Alright. Well, looks like we didn't draw a sweeper, so I guess we just lose. Not much to say about this game. I guess I'll stop the Adventurer? And then I'll stop. I can play that whenever I choose. I'll just play this and pass. Kill the Esper Sentinel in combat or something? They can pay mana to sack this, I guess. They draw a card if they do that. This says first strike. I can't stop it. Esper Sentinel doesn't feel... Commando's not really doing anything. Oh, what? Why did that just happen? What? Why did... Oh. Oh, me and my opponent both thought you get the creature still. Wow, that's really funny. We both thought that. We're both thinking like, yeah, you get the creature in combat, but they don't. That's actually wicked funny. Wow. Alright. I don't see a reason to cast Cathar Commando. Yeah, we both thought you keep the creature, but you don't. That's really funny. We die when these die, so we're always dead. And yep. Alright, we're going to add 2 or 3 more sweepers. This is a hand where we should, like, always beat it. It was, like, too slow for us to die to it, and we just didn't have a board wipe, and we always want one. Like, at least one on average. We didn't have any. So I'm going to add, like, maybe 1 or 2, probably 2. That's really annoying. And of course, you know, every time I play Esper Sentinel, it is completely useless. But every time my opponents have it, I like, whatever. I'm not going to say the same thing over and over. I don't know why I typed sorcery. I want my sweepers. 4 and 5 and 6. Divine Purge? What is that? I guess Shatter the Sky is one. What's Divine Purge? Perpetually gain 2 more. No, I don't like this. I don't like that. Because your opponent can just recast them later. And as I typically find myself doing, is my opponent tends to have all the time in the world. I don't really pressure people that much as I play control stuff. So, no, I don't like them having the ability to recast the cards. It kind of defeats the entire point of dealing with the board. It's like Spellbinder. I don't like Spellbinder. And I have so many sweepers where we can literally run just a sweeper instead of that. I would only run that card if I wanted every single board wipe ever plus that card. And I'm not there yet. As there are plenty sweepers to put in the deck before I even get there. We are not even close. Sigarda's Splendor has been kind of sketch. Every time it's in our hand, we've never felt like I had the time to like cast it. I don't know. You like to think it's like the white Phyrexian Arena. It just hasn't really done that yet. So we'll drop... yeah, there's information to be gained. Slayer's Bounty gives me information about creatures and stuff. But I don't think... I think if the more experienced you are with Magic, the less... Actually, we might drop Commando. I think we're going to drop Commando. The more experienced you are with like just Magic in general, the less information you gain from seeing your opponent's hand, because you start to figure out what they may or may not have. In a singleton 100 card format, that's not as true, because your opponent could be playing the same 85 cards everyone else plays with the commander, but then has this 15 cards that these 15 that you'd never expect, right? So there's some information to be gained in a singleton format, but on average, not necessarily. Not really. Alright, so another blue deck. It's unfortunate. Oh boy. Alright, we'll keep this just because of Mazemind's Tome. I think that's reasonable. Yeah, we're not trying to gain life. We're just trying to draw cards with it. I don't care about the life gain. I just want to draw cards. That's what that card does, so... We have a land, so we're not going to scry. Just rather draw as many cards as possible. Keep up with this nonsense. Might not be a realistic outcome, but certainly something to keep track of. I'm going to Heliod's Intervention this Mind Stone. So my opponent cannot play their commander next turn. Okay. We do need a land now, so I guess we're scrying on end step. Put a stop here. Palladium Mirror? Yeah, people are all over the place with stuff sometimes, I swear. I think I'm just going to eat that with Skyclave. So my opponent, again, can't just race ahead with me. Opponent's played double colorless ramp so far. Look for a land. I could use Cast Out, deal with their commander, but their commander isn't terribly all that frightening. I tend to say that about 4 minutes of Teferi, but it's usually true. I think I want to scry for a land to leave up Beacon instead of Wandering Emperor. That is a land. It's also a solid one against a Planeswalker-based opponent, so I will just draw it. And I will swing for 2, pass. I'm not going to cast Spell Satchel. Mazemind of their own, that's fine. Probably draw or look for a land. They should probably tap this immediately to find a land, or look for a land. Probably a mistake there. Between these two, I'd rather just cast this, get it countered, and then have mana to do something else later. Put a stop here, look for a land. It's another Mazemind Tome. I think we have time. I think we can do that. This is obviously what that was. That's the only card ever that you would foretell that you wouldn't immediately snap off. Let's draw a card. I might... No, I can't borrow time. Oh, I can borrow time this. I don't think I will, though. I think it's better to just do this. If we can do the same thing, I don't really care if they're doing it. Especially if they're missing land drops. I think this is fine. Heliod's Intervention would have been good if I held on to it for 1 extra turn. I could have gotten the Palladium Mirror, but they would probably just cast Teferi instead of the Mirror. Because they would obviously have the Mana Rock in play. Nothing to do except this, so I'll just do it now. Not leaving up anything. Oh, there goes my shoulder. Oh, I need a chiropractor. Send help. Found a land. Yep. Now they... What? Okay. Kind of weird. I mean, even with Teferi untapping it, still kind of weird. Kind of weird. Okay. Sure. Let's see if Borrow Time resolves. Let's eat that. And then I'll cast Search for Glory. I can get something decent. I think I'd prefer to just simply draw, though. Finding just lands over and over is probably a better idea. There's no Shark on 1. They're just going to draw off the Tome. We've seen slightly more cards than them so far. That's kind of crazy. I'd like to see it. Okay. Looking for lands. They scryed a land. They did not scry a land on top. I'm not sure what's going on. Guardian Idol. Okay. Foretell. Yep. All right. So it's either Doomskar or the Nico thing. We will Simulacrum. Apply pressure to their commander while also finding mana to play the game still. Let's put that in play. Guild Globe seems a little bit better than this right now. Found a land. I will just play it as a land. It's unlikely to resolve as a spell, so let's just cast a land. Or play land. We have 8 mana. Seagate. Alright, that's bad. That's bad. They take 1 turn off to Seagate, and then we're in a bit of a pickle. We can ignite the beacon and then not really cast anything we find. We can just search and then cast kind of anything. Well, I want this to find Ulamog, and I'd rather cast Ulamog in the same turn I find it. So I think we're going to Spell Satchel and leave up Ignite the Beacon and the Wanderer. I think that's fine. This is an instant. It's a very strange card to have an instant speed, but that's what it is. So, okay. They kicked this, huh? Okay. Those come in tapped. Birth of Meletis. Sure. I'll let that... I think we're just going to cast this instead. Avoid Wash Away or something. Make it 2/2. Alright, we got some pressure going here. Because Ignite the Beacon's probably not going to get anything that's, like, strictly better than Wandering Emperor. Plays around Tail's End, I guess. Oh, Scry's on top. Oh, boy. I see. Okay, so we're going to make another 2/2, and then we're going to swing for 6. We can search for Glory. I'm not going to use the man land. We're going to cast this land and then leave up Ignite the Beacon. Actually, we can search for Ulamog. It is a card my opponent might feel like they have to deal with like forever. So I guess we'll just try to do that. Put a card, put his counter on that. Yep, we're always getting Ulamog, no matter what. It's blue-white deck. It's the best thing you can do. And we'll leave up Ignite the Beacon. We do have a lot of cards for the Spell Satchel. It's about a third of the deck is for Spell Satchel, so it's not unreasonable. I had paid attention to how many cards we heard. We can look again, though, but I'm pretty sure it's above average. Right, it's like 1 in 3 cards. In fact, I mean, this is a game where we might draw more than one. We're guaranteed one with the Ignite the Beacon. So I do like it. Okay. Anything but an extra turn would be great. God, come on, man. I hate extra turns, man. Alright, I guess I'm going to Ignite the Beacon now so my opponent can't counter it. I don't know. Let's get Ugin and Karn for just Karn Structs because they are pretty sizable given the amount of artifacts in play. But we do lose the Wandering Emperor. 7, 8, 9, 10. We can cast Ulamog next turn. Barring any nonsense. They can untap this and cast any card off of it immediately with Teferi. Oh my god. You gotta be kidding me. Probably another extra turn? I don't know. Probably. They can get Tail's End as well here. It's not unreasonable. But it's probably another extra turn because this is what people usually just go to. Wow, what a surprise. Make Ulamog cost 2 more. Unbelievable. Whatever. Guess I'm going to the bathroom. Let me know when I'm dead. Oh, we get to play Magic? Cool. Okay, what can we do? Oh, this is command. Oh, my bad. This is not our turn. They're just looking at my commander. Gotcha. Multiple choice for 1. Okay. I should have shift entered. Oh, it doesn't matter. As long as you give you the option. Alright, on their 3rd turn, they finally passed the turn. So I can play Magic. Unless they don't have another extra turn here. Kind of strange to see them just activate that. It's very weird to me. I don't get the appeal of that. Opponent manually swung with every creature. I wonder what they have in hand. Let's find out. Oh, that's not what I expected. Okay, so we actually do get to deal with the board. Wow. Okay. They get a 3/3 token. That's fine. Yep, draw a card off of this. Venture's Fair is alright. I can attack Teferi with that, but that doesn't seem great. We can just cast this and... I guess I will. Just kill Teferi. It just dies, but I can get Teferi off the board. Can also cast all this, which is nice, because it's all cheaper due to Ugin. So I get to dump my hand. Hey, we got the white Phyrexian Arena again. Alright, cool. Ugin cost, Ulamog is still 12. 7, 8, 9, 10. We have the mana to cast Ulamog. So we're just trying to fade, like, counter Tail's End, because they can do both. I don't really know why my opponent's manually tapping, but sure we'll find out pretty fast here. Okay, kind of a weird tap. Don't get it. They manually tapped, and then they didn't untap anything. It was very strange. I don't get it. Probably just take Karn here. The other card is not really doing anything. I don't think we've even seen a counterspell yet, but we're about to in a second. Opponent still leaving up enough mana to cast a counterspell. Can't really respect it. I don't expect Ulamog to resolve, but that's not terribly relevant. Gain a life, put a counter there. Can't pay for this, so I won't. Alright, so 12. I can play around like a Censor, and there's no merit in holding that, so I guess I'll just try to do that. I don't know. This, and really doesn't matter what the other card is. I guess Hedron Archive, so they can't draw 2. It is 2 mana. I don't know. I'm not going after their creatures. Alright, no Tails in. That's good. The 10-10's irrelevant. I probably wouldn't even have countered it if I were them. There's plenty of ways to just deal with Ulamog. I don't think I would have done that. Probably doesn't matter. Whatever. I think we can just move on. This is just a waste of my time. Yeah, I should have moved on like 5 minutes ago. It's my bad. Just watching someone just... like, what are we really going to do? We're in a spot where we're not drawing too many cards, and we're falling more and more behind every turn. It's just a lost cause. It's a complete lost cause. We had something going there for a second, but they just got through it all, so. Good old Teferi. I don't really see the appeal of 4-mana Teferi. I'm surprised I see it as often as I do. Every time like I think about playing Teferi as my commander, I prefer to play the 5-mana one. The 4-mana one is just so incredibly, like, it's so far behind the 5-mana one. It's crazy to think that you would ever consider playing it, unless you really just you're very aware of the bucket list and you don't want to bump into Scythis all day. Scythis, Brawl, Keenan, Torbaran or something. I don't know. I think it's weird. Sigarda's Splendor just really will not leave us alone. It's kind of funny. Alright, so we played against this before. All it is mono black stuff, and we lose to Planeswalker still, but we beat the board. Play this, play Mazemind Tome. Don't really see a reason to ever scry, because I have all the mana I need. Hmm. Alright. Slightly better than Birth of Melodus, I think. Especially if I can find a board wipe before I die. Alright, so now we're kind of looking for a board wipe. So I guess I'll start scrying. Nope, that's not one. That ain't it. Found something to exile. Not terribly relevant, but I might as well. Opponent doesn't do anything. Kind of weird. I think we'll just draw, actually. So let's just draw. Yeah, that's fine. Because I didn't necessarily need to hit that there. And then I can leave up Wandering Emperor. I think we'll leave up Wandering Emperor. We can crack this on their turn and get mana and still like cast Wandering Emperor and draw a card and stuff, so that's fine. This makes it so that it might be hard to cast or swing with the Death Baron too. You feel like playing the two Uwu Teferis instead of Dominaria is a way to cheat the matchmaking? Yeah, it's same with the weird Brawl, right? It's like, oh, this is 2-mana blue creature that does the same thing Brawl does. That's why I don't like the tier list at all. I just have a ranked thing, right? Yeah, if it's like ranked and non-ranked, you're still gonna bump into the same nonsense when you're playing ranked or non-ranked, right? People are gonna like, oh, I just want to farm. Oh, this draws a card when it comes into play. I didn't have to do that. All right. It really doesn't matter, but you know, something to take note of. It's just kind of weird. It's just weird. I'm not scrying for a land, so we'll just draw. Found a land. We'll make another 2/2. We do have a channel here, which is nice. It's pretty solid in this spot. I could play this first. How much does this cost? For each legendary, it's one less. I have one creature. Alright, never mind. I don't have any. If I want to use this, I have to leave up all my mana. I don't think it's better than any of my other decisions, though. Maybe it is. I don't know. I think we'll just cast Dawn of Hope in Birth of Melodus. Leaving up... Oh, I could just leave up Dawn of Hope and then... Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. This can't block, so I can just swing here. Not for a lot of damage, but... Yep. Like if it was ranked and non-ranked Historic Brawl, you would... In ranked would be where all the crazy tier 1 stuff would be anyways, and then non-ranked can still bump into tier 0 stuff because people would just do it for the sake of winning or just doing their dailies or something. So that's not really a fix to it. But I don't know. I don't really think there is a solid fix if Wizards deems it unfavorable to such a degree where they want to like change it. I don't think there's anything you can do. Okay, I am certainly going to block it. I think we're going to crack this Claws here. Oh, they draw a card off of tokens, and they make a token every turn, so they have like a weird Phyrexian arena going on. But not a lot of pressure. I mean, if this... They haven't, like, done anything else. I feel like they want to put something else in play, and they're not. I don't know what's going on. It's kind of weird. Alright, I'm going to crack the Claws. Just draw more cards here. Seem to not interact with the graveyard too much. Yep, I don't have a choice. Doesn't matter. Exile that, draw a card. Dawn of Hope tokens are solid. Cast Out is decent. Not terribly great, though. Let's put a counter here, not kill our own commander for once. They can't really block it. It is a 3/3 first strike. So I guess I'll swing. Land. Let's see here. Birth of Meletis draws a card. I guess I will. The 0/4 might be relevant at some point. Probably not, though, but you never know. Yep, Plains. I can cast out Death Baron and then kill the token in combat now, because it's smaller and it doesn't have Death Touch. Yeah, you can put 5 minutes of Teferi inside your deck, which I'm sure all of them do. Okay, this is 5 minutes. Whenever a creature dies or current as a graveyard. Okay. Yeah, this is the new Tin Fins, like the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse card. It uses that now to consistently do it. Alright, so I guess we're going to cast out Death Baron because I don't have a sweeper and I'd rather not lose my creature. So we'll just do this. They are mono black. There's only like one card in the game that deals with enchantments, like Feed the Swarm. So now we get to block safely. They get to draw off of Augur, but there's not anything I can do about that yet. I think we're interested in scrying here, so we will put a stop here if we don't like the card. That can go away. Yeah, I think it's worth scrying. Every time you put a card to the bottom, it's kind of the same as drawing a card, because you're just getting an irrelevant card out of the way. And I think this is worth it. So I will do it. The card is 3 years old now. Yeah, this is true. We did gain some life. Maybe it is worth it to draw a card that way. Kind of witty. But alright. Azor's Gateway. Azor's Gateway. Do we keep this? We have things to get rid of, so I guess we will. And we expect the game to go long enough to allow ourselves to use it in an efficient manner. Is there an enchantment worth getting right now that I can also cast? I have 5 mana. I get a 2-mana enchantment. I don't think so. I think we'll just play Splendor. Our opponent seems fixated in not hitting us, so we might very likely draw cards off of this every turn. They do have something that's worth not attacking now. We've actually seen more cards than our opponent, basically, by 1. Even with this Undead Augur every turn drawing a card. That's kind of nice. They haven't used Celestus yet, or this treasure token. They haven't missed a land drop either. I don't even like this swamp. I don't like the full art snowlands. I think just don't look good art-wise. I just, like, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of them. But that's just me. We're really just looking for a sweeper. We've been looking for one since the start of this game. That's all we've been looking for. We can't idyllic tutor for Meat Hook Massacre because we're not black. But that's all that really matters. Alright, I will block probably both of these. I gotta block Sire. Yeah, we're gonna. Maybe we can block like that instead, right? Taking damage is kind of sketch, so. The 2/2s aren't terribly relevant, so we'll just get rid of them. Tempest basics? Yeah, dude, Tempest basics. My favorite are Time Spiral. The Sand Clock, whatever this set is. Time Spiral, I think it is, yeah. I really like the Time Spiral lands. My Muldrotha deck is like all foil Time Spiral basics. Oh, they look so good. And that is not a sweeper. We're in a bit of a pickle. Basically have to draw violently till we get one. That's not a sweeper. It's a solid card to cast. I can't cast it now, though. Let's see what we can get here. Probably just Borrowed Time or something. I don't know. Well, we're not going to pay here. We have so many board wipes. Overwhelming Splendor is also decent, but we're not really there. We could just get this. It is kind of getting a card out of my deck. What is Borrowed Time doing? Dealing with Conrad? It's probably just better than anything else. I think we just have to do that. I don't think we have a choice. I don't think we have a choice here. It's poking us to death. We're slowly dying because of it. I'll incentivize my opponent to attack with... This doesn't have Decayed, actually. We could just make a 2-2 cash this in. It's not likely to survive. Well, it's just not going to survive, so... Can reset its loyalty, put a 2-2 in play. That might stop some of these attacks. I really wish I could have found a sweeper at some point, though. We have 8 mana. We can cast Demuri's Call next turn. Make some 4/4s. I don't think that's how we get out of this, though. I think it really is just board wipe. This is the second game against the black deck that we're just not casting a sweeper. In fact, I think it's both times it's been Jadar. We're not finding a sweeper. And there's literally 12 in the deck. So this is just, it's kind of unfortunate. Opponent appears to have some form of spot removal, and they're struggling on how to use it, I guess. Nope. Funny, our opponent's playing like a mono black deck, has no means of tutoring or searching for swamps, and they've never missed a land drop. But again, they've undead augured like 8 times, so... If it wasn't for the augur, we'd be in such a great spot. We'd be so far ahead, but augur has kept them, kept up with us. We'd have to like spend mana to keep up with augur, instead of just spending mana to slowly pull ahead. We're just keeping up with their zombies. Fortunately, it doesn't seem as though we're immediately dead, and the game will continue as long as they don't have a Planeswalker like Dreadhorde General or Professor Onyx. So that's a plus. We're going to double block, so we maybe draw a card off of this for once, which would be nice. Opponent draws a bajillion cards. I think I gotta crack my neck. Oh, I guess not. You are already dead. Opponent is playing You Are Already Dead. Okay. Alright. That's funny. Alright, come on. Sweeper. Woo! Yeah. No! Yeah! Yeah! Alright, so we get to exile graveyards. We don't have any artifacts. Alright, let's like quadruple check this card. We don't really care about their graveyard. And I don't really care about this. Maybe I should. But then I lose this, and they get this back, and I lose that, and yeah, no, I can't name enchantments. So we name artifact and creature. I can play this first. Yeah, I can play this first. I guess I'll play this as a... Yeah, we're gonna play this as a land. Yeah, and then just do this. Oh no, now I can't name artifacts because I'm actually like very stupid and just played one. The Celestus isn't a big deal, though. So, it's reasonable to just exile graveyards. They are mono black. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It lets me develop a land here with the, with this, right? A Minosaurus. So, this is a totally reasonable play. Or reasonable line. Just developing this. I like it. I don't care about Bells and Lock too much. The new BM tech to name off of Pithing Needle. Okay, did I do something stupid? Why are creatures in play still? Did I not name creatures? You've got to be kidding me. How did I not name creatures? That's unbelievable. What did I name? What did I even name? I named artifacts? Oh my god. And it killed us too. Whatever. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I can't. That's the second time of 3 times I've cast Farewell and I've misclicked. I don't know why I struggle. It's right in my face. It's right there. And I'm like, oh no, I won't name creatures. Now, why would I do that? Sweet Jesus. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry. I can't believe I did that. I cannot believe I did that. I'm making so many misplays. Like I've messed up my Wandering Emperor twice or 3 times, and I've messed up Farewell 2 of 3 times I've ever cast it. I cannot believe I just did that. That's so stupid. It's so easy not to do that. It's so easy. For some reason, I associate the card with the black-white version, Merciless Eviction, and I keep thinking it's Merciless Eviction, and it keeps throwing me off, even though Merciless Eviction is not in the game. I something about that is it's really messing me up. Well, it sucks to spend that much time on something and then simply punt it away, but there's not much I can do about it, so I guess we move on. It's my bad. It doesn't guarantee us the win, but we wouldn't have died immediately to the Meat Hook Massacre. Still unbelievable. Still unbelievable. Alright, cast this. Opponent struggle bussing with a counterspell. I don't know why. Ooh, I got my neck. There it is. Yep, I did artifacts and graveyards. Unbelievable. Alright, opponent's under a sweeper with their commander, so I guess I have to Swords it so I don't immediately lose to, like, Ulamog, though it's not terribly likely. We'll do this now. Glasket's alright. Yeah, we'll take Glasket. It's one of 3 that deals with their commander before it, like, taps to attack, so I like it. Alright, we're trying to avoid the 1 ninjutsu card that makes me discard 2. The rest of them aren't really all that great. And again, there's only like 12 in the game. Okay, that's not what I expected. But yeah, that's pretty solid. Opponent steals my Search for Glory. Of course they do. They get Ulamog. Alright, so now they have a card for their commander. Yeah, we're going to Glasket that so I don't get hit by it again. And we can afford to play a tap land here, and then we'll scry 1. Not too many things we'd keep on top. That's alright. I think I will keep this. We have enough. We have like everything we want, so it's nice to just have this here to kind of like keep up and catch back up and stuff. We'll just keep that. You have no creatures in it or playing this commander. Yep, that is true. That is what is happening. Alright, I'm going to leave up my commander instead of casting the Encyclopedia. See if my opponent respects it or has a counterspell. Probably both or something, I don't know. Shock themselves. Okay. That doesn't work, so this is an obvious counterspell. Otherwise, they wouldn't do that. This cost 5 to activate, 1 short. We knew about a counterspell early because they didn't cast it, well, early, so. Let's look for a land. I don't really like that much. Let's look for a land. If I find a land, I can just cast the Wandering Emperor on my own turn and deal with this stupid blade thing, because they don't have any blue mana up. Found a land. Let's do that. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 6 mana. Ulamog is an issue at some point. I can find an O-ring or something to deal with it. I'm probably going to wind up having to do that. I could just let them cast Ulamog. Or just, like, put it in play so it skips the exile thing, but I guess if I can avoid it, I will. I don't know. Double top. Oh, wow, that's spicy. Alright. Clap their board. Play a land. Yep. Nothing to do but do this, so I will. And of these, I think this is... No, we'll just develop this now. Start drawing cards slowly. We can ideally tutor for an answer to Ulamog after they hardcast it. And they won't expect it, because obviously they don't know about it. So that's nice. Okay. They seem to be threatened by this card. I don't know why. Could have done that later. Kind of strange. Kind of strange. Do we just put deck in play? I guess we just put deck in play. Never mind, they have a counterspell. Sure. I'm not really upset about that one. Kind of surprised. Let's flip this before it blows up to something. This is a loot card, but we already have Encyclopedia. Excuse me, Encyclopedia. So I kind of don't want this. And not going to crack my treasure tokens just to do nothing, so... That was their draw for the turn, because they've missed a land drop like 6 times. They just snap off their commander. Alright, not going to do anything. Let's just, yeah. Well, I guess I did that backwards. This would have been better. Whoops. Whoops. Okay. That's funny. Guess I did those in the opposite order. I mean, this is still useful. I just obviously would have preferred to use that instead. My bad. Because now this costs 9 and Ulamog is 10. So, oh, I guess it paid off quite nice. We kept a... Yeah, that was actually really nice. Okay. Glad we did what we did. Glad we did what we did. Okay, let's draw another card. This is phased out. I can't kill it with my man land. My stomach is growling. I can... Ooh, excuse me. I can kill this, but I don't want to. Banishing Light. No real targets, so... we can just dump mana. Actually, we can just draw off of this first. See what we get before we decide what to do. That's alright. I can name Ulamog with this instead of their commander. I think I will. Putting Ulamog to 12 sets it back so far that I'm not concerned about it. Especially when they go to cast it at some point. And, we can just deal with it, so... Oh, wait, no, I don't want to crack the last treasure. I want as many cards as possible, so we're not going to crack the last treasure. Just use Treasure Cove to get rid of it. I think that's better. They could have another ninjutsu card, I guess. That's not a reason. Looks like they do not. Alright, so if I can get Ulamog to deal with a double O-ring, like it exiles this and this, and then I can deal with the board and then exile it, I think that's good. So we'll try for that. Amiria's Call. I think we're going to play that as the Angels. First, we'll do this. Probably pretty likely to find a land anyways. I think we'll develop the Angels, or attempt to develop the Angels. I can't really respect any counterspells anyways. Well, I guess I can. Yeah, I guess we'll just try this first. If that doesn't work, we have Banishing Light. So on and so forth. Yeah, that's probably just better. Then I'll Skyclave. Maybe not. We can just hold up mana and draw 2. Alright. I don't expect this to resolve, so I think it's better to play it as a... that. And then we can draw 2 off of these 2 cards for 5 mana. I can proliferate the brick counters. I can proliferate the brick counters if I feel like I want to do that. I don't know. We'll see. Oh man, look at this dude. We're just drawing cards. Yeah, draw, draw, draw. Gotta love it. All right, so they're 1 away from 10, and then they can. I think this is totally reasonable to let them flash in Ulamog, so I will. I don't even think they will do it, but if they do, I think this is a totally reasonable thing for them to feel good about, right? And it's kind of a bait, so I'll let them do it. It's a bait because I can exile it with the Wanderer because it's tapped. It doesn't get either trigger, and I get to just kill it, so. Opponent decides to just not do any of that nonsense and goes to swing with a 1/1. Okay, so they were all in on casting their commander, and then I guess it's not relevant that they did so. Maybe they cast it as a bait themselves. Oh, it's any creature. Excuse me, it doesn't have to be your commander. Gotcha. Okay, so it doesn't get any trigger, and we can just attempt to exile it like 18 different ways, and we will. That means our curse was sort of useless, but that's fine. Oh, I can't cast that. Alright, so I guess we are taking 10 immediately. But we can attempt to exile it with a bunch of different cards here. It doesn't exile any cards out of my deck. It doesn't exile any cards in my hand. It doesn't exile any cards in permanents in play, so... I think we're going to scry, leave the last brick counter if I wind up proliferating. There's better cards. We can obviously just take 10 here. It's no big deal. No big deal. Just take the casual 10. It's kind of annoying. Kind of annoying. Alright, let's see if this works. It does. Alright, let's see if this works. It does. Alright, so it's safe to say my opponent did not expect that. Otherwise, their line is kind of strange. See if this works. I'm sure it will. After everything else that's worked, I'm sure this will as well. I'm going to deal with a Spectral Sailor. It's more annoying than their commander. Inversion does not look good right now, so I guess it is forced to be a land. I don't want to blow up all my stuff. Yep, we can play this and also leave up 3 to draw a card or Idyllic Tutor, but I don't have anything specific I'm looking for, so I'll just pass. Draw a card with Encyclopedia. It's drawn more than 2 cards this game, so... Overwhelming Splendor is in my deck. It is in my deck. Terramander, don't care. Midnight Clock. Alright, that's a little sketchy. Do we block? Wow, they didn't swing? It's kind of a free attack, isn't it? Why did you not swing? It's kind of weird. Certainly would have swung there if I were them. Kind of weird. Gideon. Okay. Alright, let's put a counter on Apparition. Why did they not... What? Big thonk. Do we Skyclave for... no, do we, Invitation for 2? I think we Invitation for 2. Yeah, it's literally a flip Discanta. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it certainly is that. Alright, we can try Overwhelming Splendor. I don't know what my opponent's doing. Whatever it is, it doesn't seem very effective. Overwhelming Splendor might be really good here, so... Miscast. Okay. Splendor makes them all 1/1s, activated abilities and minas. Definitely the best of my decisions, I think, so I'll just put that. If it gets countered, so be it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's not the end of the world. We don't really need it to win, but it's obviously good if it does resolve. Alright, well, the fact that they have to think about it in any way means it probably will resolve, because this is a snap counter card. Alright, that is fine. Sure. Okay, so we can play Gideon or Book. I think we just play Gideon. Gideon dies instantly. We can leave this up. I think I'll just run out the book. I think that's fine. Run out the book here. I can block Terramander. I'm sure I will here. So my Emperor doesn't die. This comes back, and then I have an answer to the board with 2 different cards, although maybe just 1, because I don't see myself as ever using this side of this card. In fact, yeah, I don't think I'm ever using that. I think it's a reasonable decision to just take this card out of my deck. Never using this as a sweeper on 8, right? Like, we still have so many permanents that we don't want to blow up of our own. It's just not a reasonable outcome. Okay. They kept the card on top, whatever it was they surveilled. Okay. Faceless Haven. Okay, so we have the Book of Exalted Deeds combo. We're going to attempt to do this first on 13. Counter target spells, seek a spell with the same cost. This is 5. Okay, can't do anything about that. Sure. You get a 5-minute card. Let's see what's under this, I guess. Another land. Oh boy. I can't cast this, so it's out of the question. This dies immediately. I guess I'll just attempt to exile Terramander so I'm not dead to a bunch of pressure. That's not unreasonable, I think. Yeah. Avoid a counterspell this way, too. It dies, but, I mean, now there's only 2 damage. They can't ninjutsu anything of any importance while Splendor's in play, so I'll just deal with that. It's fine. Book 'em? Yeah, book 'em. I think there's a removal spell in their hand, given how they've been acting, and we haven't really allowed them to use it in any reasonable sense yet, so I think when I activate this, it's going to die. Alright, that's a problem. First major problem of the game, really. I can almost kill it with my double manland, but I can't quite kill it with my double manland, so... let's cast Gideon, and then we can see what happens then when I fire up my cave. Let's see. It's not the end of the world if it dies, but it's kind of annoying if it does, but never know. I don't see a reason to give it indestructible. It either dies or it doesn't. Oh wow, it died. What a surprise. Okay. Okie dokie. Alright. Play this. Liliana means I can't realistically book, because I won't have a way to win, and then they can just, like, slowly find an answer to my stuff. But there's also an excuse to just try anyways. So I guess I'll try. And then I can swing here. I forgot to activate Gideon first. That was a mistake. Oh wait, I already activated Gideon. I'm dumb. They draw a card because something of theirs dies. Not anything I can do about it. Yep. I'm going to Heliod's Intervention this midnight clock before it is too late. And then I guess I'll draw. Oh, I can wait. Play around a discard spell. I don't know. Hey Nathan, what up? We're just playing mono white nonsense, and it's kind of 50-50. It's up in the air. We had a good start. Not an amazing second half, but it's still not the end of the world. We're still doing things. Opponent decided to start playing Planeswalkers, so now we're kind of struggling. I think we will pop this off now. I think we're at the point where this is a reasonable thing to do. So we're going to do that. Yeah, we're going to do that now. They get back Spectral Sailor and a... but the problem is I just lose so many things. Like, it's just not good. It's just not good. But I don't really have a choice anymore. Unless I fully expect this Faceless Haven to work, I don't really have a choice but to avoid just dying, so... we're gonna draw some cards, and then we're gonna try. If it gets countered, so be it. But you never know. I don't know. Can I do this too? Yep. We have indestructible mana rocks in play, so you know it's not horrible. Okie dokie. Don't have a choice. Cool, it worked. Alright, so they get back some poop. Nashi's kind of annoying, but not horrible. Could be worse. Cast this, and then... Actually, let's cast this, and then this. Replicating Ring is probably weaker than Archive. Again, probably a removal spell. Nothing I can really do about that, though, but we're kind of just all in on this Faceless Haven never dying. I don't know. Oh, boy. I've made a lot of misplays this video so far. It's kind of irritating. It always happens to me. Just the way I'm wired. I see the misplay like when it's 15 seconds too late. I realize there's a misplay. Like it's like the worst kind of misplays. They stole my Ulamog? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They stole my Ulamog? Come on. You've got to be kidding me. That's so irritating. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You put so much effort into something, and your opponent just like rolls a D100 and wins. It's so irritating. Like it's so much. He's put so much effort into something, and then your opponent just lol. Like there's a chance they don't have an answer to it, and they just stole mine. Like you've got to be kidding me. That means my opponents have cast my Ulamog more than I have so far. You've got to be kidding me. That's so irritating. Ugh. Ugh. Cast it for 0 too? Like, God. We have such a slog going on. We're mono white. We're already at a disadvantage. And then they just high roll the highest of rolls. It's the only card they can steal from us that does that too. It is so irritating. Whatever. Take our lumps, I guess. Can't do anything about it now. Alright, so it looks like a green-white deck. Well, I mean, it is. Opponent doesn't want to play Magic. I guess that's reasonable. Looks like, I don't know what's going on. I've never seen that commander in my life. But, alright, we'll take it. You spend 20 minutes to, like, try not to not lose a game, and then you spend 2 seconds just beating the next player. It's funny. Randomly stole my Ulamog. After we, like, finagled a way to not lose to Ulamog. They just get a free one from us, because of course they do. Wow. That's gonna be sitting with me for the next 10 minutes too. It's gonna just eat me alive. Live in my head rent free. Cannot believe that's what just happened. I can't believe that. That is maniacally ridiculous. It's just so ridiculous. Alright, they're on the play, but they don't have Llanowar Elves. +1/+1 nonsense? Oh, is that what that is? Okay. Well, we didn't get to see it, unfortunately. Let's just draw a card instantly off the eye. The last green deck I played against had this on too. Scrying's pretty solid, but I'm sure we can beat it. We do have a sweeper. Kind of ignore what they're doing for a while. Oh no, this is not elves. This is the weird venture thing, which is I think there's a combo in here. I think. That's the argument for no Ulamog? No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. We're keeping that card in here. Alright, we're going to cast this, and then we're going to cast Lantern, and then we're going to pass. I wonder if they just swing with Old Growth Troll. Ulamog is, I mean, that was a game right then in there. If we drew it and they didn't steal it, it was pretty good. They just stole it, so. We're trying to get to those board states, and our opponent's just doing that to us, so. Doesn't really matter. Honestly, the entire game was irrelevant because that happened. It's just really irritating. Just high roll so ridiculously high, there's nothing I can do about it. Goblin Treasure next. What else does this do? Emblem creatures, different number. You can delete it. 6 cards, village creatures, legendaries. Okay. This seems like another game where we're hoping our mono green opponent doesn't have one of the 2 haste threats. They can't really cast either right now, but. Do you swing here? Oh, yeah, they don't swing. Look at that. They don't swing. That's really funny. All right, so play this, play that. I mean, if my opponent's not going to swing, why do I have to do anything? Why am I worried about anything if my opponent's not attacking me? I really don't care. Opponent's respecting the Emperor as though it's like a face-up Settle the Wreckage. And I guess they were right to do so. Rex Sage. That doesn't really... I mean, it blows up Vecna, but I don't think we were using that anytime soon, so that's fine. Yeah, we're not upset about that one. Scry's on top. Okay. I can just farewell now. I think I will just farewell. Okay, now we are always going to farewell. Oh, we got a Johnny. Nice. Alright. So counters, who cares? Nope, they put them on creatures that can't swing. They scry on top again, because they still like the card, I imagine. They can swing now, but I'm just going to cast the Wandering Emperor. I'm casting it regardless. Alright, so we do this. We make no 2/2. We just plus. And then I farewell the board. We didn't mess it up. Chat, we did it right. It only took me 6 years, so I did it. I did it. We successfully farewelled somebody. They popped their commander, but they're nowhere near casting or finishing a dungeon. It's kind of weird. I don't get it. I don't understand. They can recast it? Is that weird? What? It must be the only thing that... No? Okay, well, you should have drawn before you decided to do that or not. A little bit of a mistake there. Wait a minute, why does this have trample? What's going on? Why does this have trample? Why does this have trample? Why does it have haste? Yeah, those were thorough clicks, let me tell you. Why does this have trample? And why does it have haste? Oh, it always gets that unless you have dungeon name. Okay, so all your creatures have haste now? Okay, I got you. I got you. Why is this permanently -2? Till your next turn, just the thing. Okay. Alright, let's put a counter here then. It's not the end of the world. Do we blow this up? I don't think we do. I think we just play out another card here. Another Planeswalker. The counter. When we're trying to race for ultimate. Can run out one of these two. This doesn't have a lot going for it right now. Just run this out. And swing for 0. They always get the trample and haste. Alright, so, well, the one thing we didn't want to deal with ever in mono green is haste, and now their entire deck has haste, so this might be a problem. We'll see. They only have one card, though. One card, 8 mana. Looks like it's not worth casting, or it's a land or something. They draw a card, sure. I wonder if they block. Probably. "50-foot rope." 50 feet of rope. Can't block. Doesn't untap. Venture. Okay. I can force a block. And I think I will. So we'll just plus here first before we do anything else. I won't even plus this. No reason to. See what they do here. If they block, I can Ugin. If they don't, I don't. Alright, so they do. Not block. I'll cast Ugin. Ugin, if you will. Play our spell satchel. Spell sack for free. Get a thing here. I think we'll just put a counter here. Actually, we can just no, we'll put a counter here. That means if I have to minus next turn, I don't lose Wandering Emperor unless they play something that swings in and kills it, which is probably not going to happen. Because it's probably, of the 3 Planeswalkers I have in play, the least threatening. I could have Ujined first to put a counter on the token as well, but I wanted to see if they blocked or not. Because if they did block, I'd have to Ujin minus. Wasn't the case, though. Alright, so they have 2/2 and trample. Pretty sketchy, but they are top decking, so it's not like the scariest thing. Recurring their commander and over is also not scary. Oh, they're finally -2ing, right? Alright. So I guess it's a little sketch. Top 6, creature card, put it to your hand. If it's a legendary, gain 3. They have choices, apparently. They have more than one card they get. Sure. That could be worse. It could be way worse. No attack. We can kill their commander again. And I think we will. Teferi's protection is very nice. Very nice. Alright, so we get to swing. Sauce this thing. They can kill the 3/3, but there's an argument to not do that. And there's an argument to me not putting counters on it first because I want to see the card under it. Opponent doesn't give it any sort of respect. I don't think I would do that, but alright. It's going to die no matter what. There's never... Like, if I'm swinging with a 3/3 into a 4/4 and you know I'm getting a card, you just don't do it. Just don't block. Let our opponent blocks. We don't get to punish them, though. I just didn't expect them to actually block. Really didn't expect them to block there. I think we'll keep plussing to keep threatening this ultimate. Or just the -2 on it. I think that's fine. We can make some tokens off of this. We can fire this up. Obviously leaving up to Teferi's protection puts us in a very good spot. We actually get to ultimate a Johnny here. We guarantee it with the Teferi's protection. Werewolf gets 5/3s. Trample isn't human. Okay. I don't care. What is this? The choose one primal command or something? The put counters in fight, 3 mana, choose more than one kicker thing? Inscription of the green inscription? Is that what's going on? Well, I mean, they're mousing over stuff. They are here. Playing against BDSM. Nice. Alright. Opponent's not here? What's going on? That's crazy that this card does that. I mean, like, the turn after you play it? Oh, no, it starts on 4. I thought it started on 5. Alright, they figured out how to play Magic again. They're playing this as a mutate. Why? What? This is only a naturalize. This doesn't really seem like a big deal. I can make 1 token, and then I have 6 plus 5. I can still block everything if I make 1 token. So I guess I'll just make a token instead of casting Teferi's Protection to keep this around. Yeah, I think just making 2 tokens is better. That's fine. I thought I could only make 1, but I can make 2. So, because we know the only other card in their thing is this, and they can't use it. So they don't have an attack here. I don't have to use Teferi's Protection, which is really nice. They just don't have an attack. There's no... What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. This starts as a 3/3, so it gets 2 more. This will still kill it, and then I'll just do this. Okay. They found a... I kind of forgot they could activate the wolf pack. Werewolf pack leader. Alright, so our dream of ultimating a Johnny apparently is still off the table. I guess. But, I mean, it's still an option. Okay, sure. Make a 2/2, make a 2/2, give them counters. And then play book. I'm just going to do this now. Let's not get cute. Oh, I don't have triple white colorless. Lamont, what are you doing? Alright, we can still swing. Still leave up Teferi's Protection, so it's not like we actually use the mana for anything wrong, but I thought I could fire it up and fire it. Yeah, no, that's my bad. I got too excited. Too much white mana. Has to be triple white. Or, well, I guess sextuple white. Oops. But again, we still left this up. It's the only thing we can leave up anyways, so the mana, so we didn't really waste it. Sure. You find a 2 mana... No, this is not a mana rock. 1 mana, you get a Llanowar Elves, and then it doesn't do anything? Nope, they got Kogla. Cogly boy. Alright, we got the Ajani Ultimate. Yes, we got the emblem. I finally did it. Dream come true. Alright, I'll make another 2/2. We should probably do this now. Just in case my opponent Kogla's book and I lose to that for some reason. So we'll just do this now. I think that's a good idea. This is, I believe, a wall. Which is why they're holding priority. Target wall can't block, and I think that is a wall. Because it's every creature type, and I think wall is a creature type, so they could have like activated on that, which looks weird, but it doesn't matter. But all right, we did it. Yes, we did it. A Johnny emblem. All right, finally did it. It's been part of my. It's been on my bucket list for like 2 years. Finally popped that thing on -7. All right, how many more? We need 2 more Mastery Orbs to finish the tree, which I've never not finished a tree, so I'm sure I will this time. I got to like level 200. The Hearthstone set, if anyone plays Hearthstone, I think comes out tomorrow in the experience tree or whatever, the mastery pass of that game. I'm at like 202 level 202 or something. I actually have 11,000 gold in Hearthstone. I just like kind of ran out of things to buy. I only really play Wild, so. Alright, we're playing against Sithis, which is stupid. We have an answer to the front half, I guess. I don't know. We'll just keep this. I think this is over before it started. Unless maybe mulligan for Cleansing Nova? I don't know. This is one of the other cards you just play for your commander to avoid playing against tier 1 stuff, but you're still just playing Sithis and nothing else matters. Scry for land. That's not it. Oh, look, they played Sithis. Wow. What a surprise. Who would have expected that? Not me. Oh my god. Yeah, alright. It's not a land, but it's like the best card in the matchup, so. Even called it Sithis? I mean, it's literally Sithis. That's all it is. It doesn't do anything. It's Sithis. Doesn't do anything at all. Wow, they have Sithis now. What a surprise. Alright, draw a card. Hey, it's a land. And then offer the trade. Probably won't take it. They take it. Kind of weird. Sure. I get 3/3. I don't have a way to solidly answer the graveyard either, so they can just get back everything that I threatened to blow up with Heliod's intervention. Wait a minute, this is stupid. I'm not wasting my time. This is dumb. I'm not beating this. Doesn't matter. The game can go to turn 28. I'm not winning. They have 800 enchantments that are all very good, and they have like 6 copies of effective copies in Sithis. It's a waste of my time. Calyx should just be in tier 0. I don't know why it's not. It's really stupid. Really stupid. I don't stand a chance. It's the same exact deck, except you replace Calyx in the deck with Sithis, and then you call yourself a different deck, I guess. I don't know. It's just stupid. Alright. Zabaz. Zabaz. Oh, it's I'm Not Fine. Oh, man, it's the second time I played against him. He hasn't uploaded a video in like 2 weeks. I wonder if this is what he's doing now. Modulars, blah, red, white, what's probably just aggro, so mulligan for a sweeper, I guess. Oh, we have one. Mana Rock. Okay. I'm Not Fine. Alright. I wonder if he recognizes me. Probably not. Oh, he said hello this time. Oh, boy. Artifacts, you can put a counter. Modulars, flying. Alright, so it's not like terribly frightening. Play this as a land. Mana Rock next turn, and then I don't know. Okay. What is this, like a Voltron, but like not Feather for some reason deck? Don't know what's going on. I could play this, but I'd rather just play this to guarantee a sweeper next turn, which is on 5 mana. This does block, though, but I'm just not on that. SRAM's Expertise. Tempered Steel. Sweet God. Alright. Land. He's down to 2 cards. So this does not have haste. It doesn't... I can gain flying, can't it? Yeah, so I can't Ugin block. Barricaded bear. What? Okay. Pass? Leave up Wandering Emperor so it doesn't kill me? They know I can guarantee kill it with Wandering Emperor. Okay. Kinda suspect. Alright, so we're gonna exile this thing, because good lord. And then I can Ugin... No, actually, we can just double up on answering things by, like, blocking. So we'll do this, put that here. And then, does anything give trample? Not really. +4. No, we'll O-ring their regent, though. Yeah, because this can't get enough toughness to survive the first strike. Or just surviving blocking, so. It is colorless, which means Ugin can't kill it later, but I think that's fine. Oh, it does have first strike. Oh, wait a minute. Excuse me. This does not. This does. I guess we're just taking 5 then. I'll just put another counter on it later. Or we just win on the spot. For 4. Just win this way. Oh, that's bad. Alright, so put this here. Ooh, I could have done it for one more too. I don't know. It doesn't matter. This probably will never be equipped. Yeah. Ooh, that don't feel good, does it? They were the last thing he was expecting was probably to lose to mono white too, right? Like he could just fly over what usually it does. He probably kept his hand thinking I was just a regular mono white deck too, with like a bunch of creatures. He had a good hand against it, but that's good. That's good. That's the first time you've seen Heliod's intervene. You might be right. That might be the first time we actually cast it. You might be right. Wow. The other time it was like a reasonable thing to cast, it was actually to gain life. Because I could have stayed alive against whatever we were swinging, whatever was beating us up. But we had Teferi's protection instead, which we didn't need either. So I think it was against Teferi, which we lost regardless, I think. Alright, one mulligan. Alright, we'll keep those. Niv Mizzet's a problem. Problem I don't really have an answer to. Let's push in there. Alright, pass. Can double cycle. They do use their graveyards somewhat, but we'll see. I'm not looking for anything specific. Just play a land and pass. Again, not really looking for anything, so I'll just pass. Let's see if they counter this. I think this is the weakest card in my hand. I don't really care if they counter this. It's probably not even really that much of a reasonable thing to counter. It looks like my opponent wants to counter it anyways. I don't think I would. Oh wow, they're passing again? Oh my goodness. I wonder what their deck does. It does not cast Niv Mizzet on 6, I'll tell you that much. Alright, so play this. I'll play this instead of Cosmos Elixir. I mean, Beacon. Because I don't really... I'm not beaconing for anything like that great. Prismari Command's annoying, but I'm not going to respect that. Okay. Scry 3 and then draw 3. Sure. They kept all 3? That is really bad. That is really bad. I should have exiled in response so they can't flash in, whatchamacallit. Gearhulk. It was a mistake. But it is what it is. They have it. They don't. Okay. Land and then leave up Beacon. So far we've been doing alright against what they've been doing to us. Never mind. Everything doesn't matter. One has a 80 card hand and it all costs 1 less. Yep. Guess we're now screwed. Double vision. We have one. We need one more land to cast Ulamog, and it is a pretty good card in this instance, so I'm not feeling terrible about our position. The Mana Rock resolved, which is quite surprising. I don't know where my opponent went. Okay. They like cast this and then thought They could alt-tab, maybe? Oh, they're back. There we go. Opponent figured it out. I guess we get Karn? No, we get Ugin, maybe. This resolved, which makes me feel good that the rest of it will. Gideon stops Niv Mizzet from immediately killing me. Sort of. The rest of them don't really seem reasonable unless I want to draw with Karn, which I don't care to. So I'll just get these two. Just cast Ugin next turn. I'd like to draw land, obviously for Ulamog, so let's do that, or try to. Alright, opponent figured out how to pass turn. Alright, so we can cast Ulamog, and I guess I'll attempt to. It doesn't really matter if this resolves. In fact, my opponent might just assume this isn't a big deal. Oh, never mind. Counterspell. I was about to say, it's not really that big of a deal. It's not really doing anything. It blows up double vision, I guess, but that doesn't really feel like a good thing to be doing. I really need to hit a land, so whoop. Hit the land. That's really nice. So now we can cast Ulamog next turn. But this is probably the turn where our opponent casts Niv Mizzet, maybe? We have 2 untapped when they go for it, and one of them is colorless because it can't be tapped for Niv Mizzet. Alright, nope. Sure. I'm still going to exile this over the Electromancer. It's not doing all that much, so... Dying to 1/1s is annoying, but I'm just going to do this. Don't have Tails in. Oh, they have no answer. Really? Wow. There's no answer at all. Okay. Or they did and they'd rather draw 4. We'll see. I'm going to try to swing before I do anything else. There's like a 70-pound German Shepherd that lives across the street. So every time I'm like walking home or something, it's just like, like tries to kill me. So if you can hear it, I apologize. Dog is huge. Okay, so they're probably going to block that. Yep. They do have basically inevitability with that card. I'm going to obviously try to swing in it, see what happens. Their life total is irrelevant. I'm not hitting them in the face 3 times. So let's just assault a Planeswalker instead. Guarantee that one of their creatures dies here. Seems more reasonable. Alright, we can see what we exiled, if that matters. Shark Typhoon is out of the way. Brawl's Expertise. Narset. That's really about it. Spell Swindle. Brazen Borrower. A lot of blink effects. Let's cast this. I think this is something we won't miss if it gets countered. So let's see what happens. I'd rather have Cosmos Elixir resolve. Opponent agrees. Is Gideon better than Cosmos Elixir? I think so. Maybe not. Scrying is alright. Gaining some life is decent as well. Alright, we'll do this one. Snap resolved. Okay. We'll just do all of them then. 2/2. We could do all of them. I don't know, playing around a soft counter seems like a decent idea. No reason to put this on here. Doesn't stop the emblems. Does not stop the emblems. It does stop the huge minus on it. But no, if I can incentivize my opponent to minus Chandra instead of plus it, I'll just put I'll plus here. And then they -4 on Gideon, and I don't care. I think that's fine. Alright, so we get to scry. That's better than the average card. I feel like I'm dead whenever they cast Niv Mizzet, though, so it probably doesn't matter how this game pans out. Well, maybe it does, I don't know. They had Prismari Command. They chose not to shatter any of my stuff. Kind of weird. I don't really agree. Hand must be really bad. Pitches a land and a Teferi's Insight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 10. 10 minute. Alright, they didn't mind us anyways. Alright, so now we probably just lose. Because that's kind of what this card does. Oh, we're just dead. They're wasting our time. I don't know why they plussed. Right. Whenever you cast, whenever it deals damage, draw. So they just ping me with a card and I lose. Cool. What a fun card. Awesome. Of course, they just had the thing that they needed. Only card in the game that does that in the deck. It just, every time it deals damage, they draw. Every time they draw, they deal damage, blah, 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 and I lose. So, whatever. But like I said, the moment they cast Niv Mizzet, we lose. I don't know why they wasted their time plussing Chandra first. I'm completely tapped out. Just sandbagging it. I'd rather not that be the matchup we end on. But we are pushing 3 hours again, which I did not intend to do. It just keeps happening. I'm just having a lot of fun with these decks, I guess. 3 lands of Mana Rock, Ignite the Beacon. Vadrik is annoying. We have an answer to it, so I guess I'll keep this. Really wish it was on the play, though, but we're not. Just play you. We have 1 white source, not a big deal. I guess we have 2 here, so. Oh, they foretold a card. Wow. Vadrik, come on. Alright. This and that. I don't really care about clock right now. Their hand is kind of still full, so. Oh, Alaska XC something. Caught me live. What kind of deck you got for us today? Playing the Wandering Emperor. It's been doing pretty well. Surprisingly well, I must add. Surprisingly well. Been very impressed so far. Did not expect that. This is another answer to their commander. I think I'll keep it. We already have a land in hand. Yeah, mono white but not creatures has been working. Very surprising. They do not have a land. Wow. Alright. Everything they cast is at instant speed, not just their, whatchamacallits. Alright, let's foretell this. And I guess I'll just cast, Exalted Deeds. I don't really care if I lose this. It's not a big deal. I don't think it's terribly relevant. Looks like Prismari Command. I don't know. Nope. Just more card draw crap. Alright, cool. If you would draw a card except the first one, draw 2. Alright, looks like they did not use it, though. Midnight Clock is about to flip, though. Let's try to Banishing Light Midnight Clock. My opponent is not going for Vadrik, so if I can bait counterspells, I think that's fine. That's not a counterspell. They played that in the face of my Wandering Emperor. There you go. Draw a card. Guess we're just taking 6, and then I try to exile it. I don't think this game is about the Wandering Emperor, but I also don't think it's about this 6/6. Yep. There's no way you don't counter this if you have a counterspell. It's pretty straightforward. Yep. That's not a good sign. That means there's 2 counterspells? I might put this in my library. No, that's stupid. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. All right, we're doing this always. Surprised that they actually tapped out is very surprising to me. Let's cast this, put that in play, probably pitch one of these. Ooh, we got Approach. Another sweeper is also decent. The life gain here might be relevant. A second Approach is nice, so let's get rid of Eye of Vecna. No, we're going to get rid of Ignite the Beacon. I think attacking their graveyard is reasonable, and the rest of my... We need a land. The rest of my hand is great. Like, graveyard is fine, Ulamog is fine, drawing cards is fine. If they counter the first one, it doesn't matter, because the on-cast ability is irrelevant. If you counter the first one, and then I hard cast the second, I still win. It only checks to see if you've actually cast the spell or not. Okay. So we play a land. We can just run out Ulamog and attack some mana. I think that's more reasonable than anything. I don't really care about these two. Yeah, we'll just attack some blue sources. Don't really care if this counters. Probably pretty obvious that it does, but shutting them off of blue mana seems like a good idea. Okay. Sure. Sure. Prismari Command blowing up my mana rock. Okay, I probably should have done that in their own turn. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah, should have done that on their own turn. I don't really agree with this. Alright, so they have some kind of bounce spell, I imagine. Letting me resolve this seems like a big deal, so... Probably a bounce spell or something. A Frogify, maybe. Bouncing Ulamog is obviously not a good idea, but... it's very unlikely they don't have a counter spell. Very unlikely. Okay. They could just ignore Ulamog and kill me with other cards, I guess. I don't know. Solve the equation. Alright, so probably a bounce spell. Which doesn't really help their case, because I get to recast Ulamog. It cannot be an extra turn effect, although it would be close, just not there yet, given the mana... Oh, well. Looks like they're willing to attempt to cast it next turn. Not unreasonable. Alright, well, we're always swinging, no matter what. Yeah, the enchantment has drawn them a lot of cards. I still think it's worth it to exile mana. I think it's worth it. Could be wrong, but that's what we did. We do have double approach now. That's pretty nice. If we can force them to use one of their treasure tokens, that's cool. I don't have an answer to Vadrik, really, so I don't really want to even try to do anything about that. I can try to double approach now, but it's very unlikely to work. Very unlikely. I will play Scrabbling Claws, because I think it's a big deal to deal with some of their graveyard nonsense. It looks like they might try to do on us here, so... I can just do it now. I can wait. It doesn't exile every card, and this isn't the scariest one, but it is one I'd like to deal with. I can't really deal with it, because they can just cast it in response. I'll just look at their hand. I don't know if there's any creatures. There probably isn't, though. Didn't think so. Alright, we're going to pop this here. I just don't think second approach is going to work, so... Glasket's alright. Again, another thing that forces them to counter on my turn. Like, they have to counter this. Alright, they used a treasure token, which is kind of what we were hoping for. Oh, I messed up. I should have, obviously, yeah, I messed up there. I should have cracked the claws to get rid of Chemistry's Insight in response, because they didn't have mana to cast it, so that was a mistake. Yep. Shouldn't have been able to do this. Still light on mana, though. Still kind of light on mana. I don't know what an extra turn does for them. I'm sure we'll find out the hard way, though. Alright, I guess I'll just play this. Doesn't really matter. Unwind. Okay. I guess that was worth countering. I don't know why. Alright, well, the longer this game goes on, the more I wish I exiled this. I just hadn't. They still would have drawn an army of cards. It doesn't really matter. We're not on that. It's not like what they have going on immediately kills us. Not really. It's kind of close, though, but it's not quite there. I wonder if they even cast the extra turn. I'm sure they do. I don't see why he wouldn't. Yep, to the surprise of no one. My opponent has Approach in their deck? How did they... Oh, right, the Key to the Archive. Key to the Archive, gotcha. Okie dokie. Alright, so I guess we lose to a card we literally cannot play around no matter how hard we try. Because it doesn't belong in their opening deck. Well, we don't have 14 mana. They Mizzix Mastery, take an extra turn, and then win, I think? Yeah, because they can solve the equation and then just tutor for Approach. So, whatever. Dumb. My bad. I mean, if I knew they were going to play a card that didn't start in their opening deck, then I guess I would have done something. But I unfortunately can't play around cards that you randomly generate, because this isn't Hearthstone. Alright, I'll play one more game. Yeah, the longer the game, like, the longer Alchemy's in the game, the less I like it. It just, randomly generating cards is kind of stupid. It's not, I don't think it belongs in this game. I'm not playing against Calyx from our last game, screw you. It's just kind of, oh no, I clicked exit. I exited the game. I exited the game. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to just concede. Whoops, my bad. Yeah, the longer the game, like, goes on, the less I like the draft cards. I think they're just kind of dumb. I don't know. You can't really play around card. Like, you should be able to, why is it not letting me concede in the versus screen? You can, oh my god, please. What? Oh my god. Just let me concede. God. You can't really, like, how am I supposed to play around a white card in a blue-red deck? Like, what am I supposed to do? Right. Now, there isn't much I can do because I'm mono-white currently, but still, like, what am I realistically expected to... It's just kind of silly. I don't know. Being unable to play around stuff is just irritating. Like, completely impossible to play around it because it's randomly generated. You can't play around it if you tried. Like, there's nothing you could do. It's kind of silly. Kind of silly. Kind of silly. Alright, we'll keep this. Angrath, alright. Alright, there's a lot of options. Probably Cold Steel Heart is what I would take with this hand, but there's an argument to taking kind of anything. Okay, that's not really what I think that's one of the last ones I would have taken. That's kind of strange. I don't think I would have taken Eye of Vecna. I don't think I would have taken that one. Phyrexian Arena? Okay, well, if you had that, why did you leave me with Banishing Light? Or did they not see this card? They might not have seen that one. I might have just drawn it. Kind of weird. Okay. Weird sequence of plays. Alright, so this is another game where we have to play around a card that is impossible to predict or expect because it's just random. They discarded a mountain. What a surprise. Let's see if we can find a land here. Of course not. Gonna name Angrath, so at least I potentially draw at some point. I can name one of the cards you generate off of key. Don't think that's something I should do, but it's something I can do. They can still cast Angrath. They skip 2 mana. Yep, I will draw. I'll pitch maybe Ajani. Doesn't seem like it's going to do anything here. But neither does Spell Satchel, given our whole hand, actually. Yeah, we'll just pitch that first. Alright, so we play this, and this offsets their commander while also gaining life and scrying, so I'll just play that. If we're both just like playing 1 card a turn and not drawing additional cards, I think I'm in favor with Cosmos Elixir as opposed to Angrath. Let's see, we'll get rid of a Johnny. Yeah, we'll get rid of a Johnny. We could get rid of Mystic Forge, actually. They might not have an answer to this if I put it in play, so. Alright, well, that's what they randomly generated. So they basically generated the best card in their deck, because they can just find it for 2 more mana. I'm sure it's castable as well, because they've got 5 untapped here. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, kind of weird. Guess they don't want to cast it immediately. Did not expect that. Let's find out if it's a Vraska's Contempt or something weird. I don't know. Kind of weird. Do we want another mana? I think I'll bottom that, actually. I think I will bottom that. I might pitch Relic here. There's a chance they don't interact with their graveyard, and I think that's fine. Though whatever they just tutored for might just kill us anyways. They scryed on top. Oh boy. Alright, I highly doubt Tergrid's what they discarded, but okay, I guess. I'd like to deal with it, so you can have a Relic, I guess. I don't want to lose my Wrath of God. I kind of want to deal with this. Before it, like, kills me. Before I die. Alright, opponent doing this? Sure, whatever. Oh, what? They get to yeah, because it's whatever you sacrifice or discard, so. Oh, that's really annoying. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on, alright. Well, I don't have a choice. Do this. No, I think we're past getting lands. We need action. And the Wandering Emperor is not enough action. In fact, we're probably just dead. Let's just scoop. Let's waste my time. We're dead. We're not beating this. Opponent stole my dream card. Alright, so the last 3 games we just lost. We lost horribly, actually, the last 3 games. Lost really bad. Could have Ulamogged differently in the second to last one, but I don't think it would have changed anything. Still would have probably just died because they still kill us. But all in all, it felt really good. We never, ever cast Cavalier of Dawn. Some games we actually wanted another board wipe. Right, like there's some decks where it's just their commander, and that's fine to 1-for-1 yourself with a sweeper, right? Against Vadrik, you just cast a sweeper on their commander. It's really the only creature in the deck. So, and stuff with like Niv Mizzet, where they can give it protection or hexproof. Sweepers are good there for the 1-for-1 because you can actually blow it up and they can't avoid it if they somehow cast it and don't have a counterspell to protect it, which is uncommon. Card I did not like was Guild Globe. Probably should just be a land, honestly. It does draw a card, but it should probably just be a land. It's kind of like Revitalize, and we're not running that. Even if it grows car instructs. How many cards? Maybe there's not a lot for Spell Satchel. There might have been to begin with, but on our end, the way it ended up, and not really. I think I'll add another land. There we go. Because there were some games we were a bit light on lands, although it tended to not be super relevant. Not terribly relevant. That last game, we could have maybe gone for a Book of Exalted Deeds win. Maybe, right? There's a chance they don't have a way to deal with it, but I think that's extremely unlikely, so I don't want to waste my time. Also, I'm pushing 3 hours, which I'd rather not do. Dawn of Hope is incredibly, incredibly slow. It just doesn't feel reliable. We did get the Ajani Ultimate finally, so I'm kind of like interested in just dropping the card altogether. Outside of just the ultimate, it doesn't do anything. I just like this ultimate. If I can just put like a soft clock on my opponent that they have to deal with, it's nice, but there's probably better cards than that one to do it with. Same with Dawn of Hope. We never have mana to like pay 2 to draw, and when we do, we tend to just not do this, just do something else. And spending 4 minutes to make a token has never felt terribly relevant. It's also one of the last things I ever Ideal Elixir for, so I think we could drop that as well. What do we run instead? What do we run instead? History of Benalia was in here for a second. It was a card I was thinking about, but I wound up saying nah. If we don't like Heliod's in Intervention, then by extension we don't really like a lot of naturalized effects. So I don't think I'm going to run any of those anyways. We could put Reidane in here. It's one of the cards I do like, Reidane. This does answer anything, which is reasonable. The 3/2 is not a big deal when you have so many... It is basically a Maelstrom Pulse, or I guess a Vindicate. The 3/2 is alright. We have so many board wipes, the 3/2 doesn't matter too much. Just being able to answer anything at all is decent. And I don't like any of the learn cards to go find this in the sideboard as a lesson. Well, you can't do that in Historic Brawl, so never mind. I don't like Valkyrie. I don't like this. But I kind of do like Reduce to Memory. It is solid. If it's either Reduce or some kind of O-Ring, and this is a little bit more resilient, so I guess I like that, because they can blow up O-Rings. But all in all, yeah, I mean, I really did like it. I really did. Maybe even dropping Felidar Retreat's reasonable for another O-Ring or something. Playing to the board does not seem like a realistic avenue to victory. Though it did help us in a couple games, I don't think it's consistent enough to rely on. Reanimating, like, the Wanderer doesn't seem like a good idea. The Wandering Emperor, like these cards. Other cards maybe, but you have to have other cards before you have these, and I don't like that. Cards that like do nothing without other cards is not really where you want to be. We did get an approach win, but we also lost to approach to a deck that can't run white cards. Yeah, no, I think I really do like the list. Just running these simply to draw cards is nice. Also having the avenue to Graveyard Hate is cool. We cast Ulamog a reasonable amount of times, right? Or had the ability to, given the amount of mana we had every game, mana rocks, and how long the games go. It seems reasonable. Splendor was, I guess, decent. I like approach because it's approach. If you fare well correctly, it's just good. If you're not me. No, yeah, everything felt fine. Everything felt pretty solid. Every time I cast it, I wasn't upset. So I think I'll keep it as is. Yeah, so alright. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Tell me what you did and did not like card-wise, instead of just saying you play bad cards, which someone said at some point, which I find weird because I can't learn from that. It's just like, this card's stupid. Like, you didn't tell me what card. You just said these cards are dumb. I can't learn. I don't think anyone can learn. But enough rambling. Like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. It was super fun.